Hidden within each of us is not only the capacity to love and hate, but to take that final step to be not only a creator, but a destroyer, a mad, unreasoning killer.
Jim Rex? What's Jim Rex? Would you believe a movie audience guide presented as a public service by this theater's management to help you select your motion picture entertainment?
For the sake of your sanity, pray it isn't true. The Legend of Hell House.
do you mean?
I mean, it doesn't seem like you're ready to join us just yet.
Join you? Yeah, no, I'm just passing through.
Folks don't tend to pass through Pottsfield.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's nice here.
I'm really just looking to leave here as fast as possible.
Give it a second. There it is. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hi, how's it going? Ow. Just
I'm in there
smashed
like
my
swimwear.
smashed my knee into the table. I'm sorry I'm like so blown out with the light. Like I turned the thing down so much, but like my camera cannot figure out what to do when it is daytime. It simply can't. Thank you, Kindlewick. It is just the Dentathon setup, and I changed it to Kittython.
Like swimwear.
War, you just resubscribed here 20 months in a row. Thank you so much, War, for continuing to be a valued member of this community. And Matt Stuck in the Moongoo as well has resubscribed tier 21 months in a row. Yes, your subscription is now old enough to drink. That's amazing. Thank you so much for continuing to be a valued member of this community. Also, this was snuck in at the beginning, but In Another Capsule already donated $25. Even though the donation queue thing won't acknowledge it, Sarah the G, you gifted a tier 1 sub to Kindlewick. Thank you so much, Kindlewick. Congratulations on being a member of this community, whether you like it or not. Okay, so I have written down In Another Capsule's name on the sticky. You get to make the first choice.
Swimwear.
I'm gonna put you right here, right over Sonic. I'm hoping it'll stick a little better. I know you can't really see it, but it does say your name. I'm hoping it'll stick a little better because I'm sticking it on the Sonic poster and not directly on my wall. The donation link is like, it's the tip button. If you want to donate, use the tip button. I got special kitty-shaped Post-its. They arrived literally 10 minutes ago. I thought I was gonna have to use the teeth Post-its and just like not explain it. Anyway, so for those of you who voted in the Patreon poll, thank you so much. It wasn't overwhelming, but the winner was Diary of a Mad Mummy, which I'm actually very excited because of the books on that list. This is the only one that I haven't played through like at least one time. Hey, what do you have in your mouth? Hold on, Noodle's being a little thief right now. Here's the thing, he knows the difference between right and wrong and he chooses wrong. I must stop him. Give it back, give it back, give it back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm coming back in. All right. He loves to steal. Like, he takes the thing, and he sees me coming to get the thing from him, and he sprints under the bed with it, where he knows I can't get it. I'm like, God damn, he's a rogue, and Goose is a cleric. That's it. That's the only way I can describe it. Overlord Zaylor, you resubscribed to Tier 1 for 6 months in a row. Thank you so much for continuing to be a valued member of this community. And Darth Credible Hulk, you used 100 bits. You are a bit of the best. So, anyway, I'm going to crack this open. I was going to do it regular, like last time, because
Congratulations on your
oh my
good deed,
God, Darkwing Disco Duck just tipped $200. Holy shit. Thank you so much. And Blue Mayhem, you tipped $10. Thank you so much. I'm writing your names down.
Congratulations on your good deed,
On my special fandom notebook. You can't see it, but the logo is on here, and it's a lot neater than what I was doing before. Okay. Darkwing Disco Duck. So you'll be second. Darkwing Disco Duck. So the way it works is if you donate, you get added to the donation queue. And when we reach a decision to be made, you will be the one who gets to decide what we do. But yeah, last time I didn't do a Goose Drunks because it felt a little wrong to drink a shit ton on a stream that like, oh, Sarah the G!
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Thank you for this $50. You are the tippy top and you are going on the queue. And I'm going to write everyone's name on Post-its. Right now. I just remembered I vowed to do that, and I was like, oh crap. Hi, Tony and Parker. It's going well. Oh, Darkwing Disco Duck. Oh, no. Well, hopefully we get to a choice very quickly, but if you leave, I will
Congratulations
just
on your good
simply
deed,
move on to the next
Putt-Putt.
one. Matt Stuck in the Moongo is tipped $50. Guys, I can't keep up with this. You're all so nice. I'm going to do initials. Darkwing Disco Duck, because these are much smaller Post-its
I'm in there like swimwear.
than the teeth ones were. Oh my god. Okay, Darkwing Disco Duck. The next choice, we will pick the second thing. Okay, and then let's do a yellow one next.
Congratulations on your
Aurak
good deed,
has
Putt-Putt.
tipped $25. Thank you so much. Okay. Blue Mayhem, your initials are the same as mine. All right. I'm doing this. This is the only way to get it quickly. Sarah the G. So we can... I wrote a 6 instead of a G. What the... Great start. Really good. Matt Stuck in the Moongoo. A lot of initials there. Matt Stuck
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Moon Goo. Oh my god, you guys are so nice. Tony and Parker, you just donated $25. And in 10 Spiders, you donated 15. Thank you so much. You're going on the choice queue. There's a lot of work to be done right at the beginning.
Congratulations on your good
Oh,
deed,
and April of
Putt-Putt.
Snakes tipped 50. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Oh no. This is why I have the donation queue written down, because it won't fit. Aurak, I can just write your name.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
There it is. Okay, yeah, a lot of writing at the beginning, and I always forget that like I very rarely write anymore with my hands. Tony M. Parker. And so I have to just be faced with the fact that my handwriting has gotten so much worse. And 10 Spiders. There we go. And then April Loves Snakes. Okay. Fantastic. And then I'm going to write everyone's names down in the donation queue in case the thing loses it, because it's only fair. And then we're going to get started. Okay. Sarah the G. Matt Stuck.
Congratulations on your
War
good
just
deed,
tipped
Putt-Putt.
$500. War. Thank you. Holy shit. I'm gonna write your name down in a second. Oh my god, War. Thank you so much. I'm like overwhelmed. I'm gonna cry, you guys, honestly. Like, I really appreciate... This is so kind of you all to already for us to be, like, I can't even form a sentence, which is great because I'm about to be reading, so I don't have to form sentences. The book will do it for me. Okay, and then...
Congratulations on your
Candy
good
Wharf
deed,
donated
Putt-Putt.
$25. Thank you so much. Because, like, here's what happened. Both of my boys got sick within a week of each other. The vet bills were insane and didn't, like the only one who got anything out of it was Goose because he got actual medication. Noodle just got, like, his blood drawn a whole bunch, and then they didn't figure out what it was, and he just got better on his own. And then Darth Credible Hulk, thank you so much. You just tipped 25. And so I wound up having to spend $1,500 in the span of a week to cover these bills to find out that my cat was just going to get better on his own and nothing serious is going on. So things have been to say things have been tight is an understatement to an extreme. So you guys, I appreciate you so much. Like, now I have to buy Goose special food for his urinary stuff just to overshare. Sorry, Goose, I'm violating HIPAA for Goose. Goose has pee problems, so I have to buy him special expensive food now. So this will go to that and means a lot.
Congratulations on
Frank
your good
Scenario
deed,
just
Putt-Putt.
took $100. Holy shit. Frank Scenario. Okay, I'm gonna write everyone down and then I'm gonna get started. I swear.
I'm in there.
I
like
really
swimwear.
swear. Okay, we're oh, it's all coming off already. This is a bad sign. This is a very bad sign. I really thought they were gonna stick better.
Congratulations on your good deed,
Lucy and
Putt-Putt.
Sadie has tipped $25. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Guys, I can't write this fast. I don't know. I need, like, a secretary.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Jiminy's Journal, you just tipped $10.69 for the kittens. Thank you so much. Frank Scenario. Oh my god. Lucy and Sadie.
Thanks for your help. Bye.
And Jiminy's Journal. And then I'm going to write you down in the queue, and then I'm going to get started. I'm going to crack open that alcohol because I'm going to cry. And Steve has followed. Thank you for the follow, Steve. Welcome to the community. And also Sarah the G used 500 bits. Thank you so much. You are a bit of the best. And then this is about to go, but King Wasabi has tipped $100 to the kitty bank.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Thank you so much. Oh my god. I'm literally gonna weep. Gonna weep from my tear holes, which are not where you'd expect. Okay. Okay, I'm behind. I just have to write down 3 names, and then we can go with the book. Not to sound like I'm annoyed at you guys for donating. I just want to start. You guys are seriously the best community I could ever ask for. A preemptive, not even a preemptive thank you, a preemptive to the book thank you, but a post-emptive thank you for
I'm in there like swimwear.
being such wonderful folks. Okay. And Maelstrom Rogue just subscribed has resubscribed. It's been 2 months. Thank you so much for continuing to be a valued member of this community. Are we ready to get started? I'm gonna have a drink of this before I go. To let you all in on my secret, it's a Cranberry White Claw Surge, which means it has more alcohol in it than a regular White Claw and is therefore that much more disgusting. It's 8% instead of 5%. And it's cranberry, because 'tis the season, or whatever, for Hanukkah. Okay, actually it doesn't taste that bad. Great, because I have like 4 of them in the fridge. Okay, beware, do not read this book from beginning to end. You guys ready to play a video game? All right. Oh, we're starting with dialogue.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Steve, you just tipped $30. Thank you so much. But guys, we're starting with dialogue, and you are literally not going to guess what it is. Like, it's the wildest dialogue that I've ever seen in one of these books to start with. And then just a big ol' S on this kitty right here. Steve. Yeah, it's a Socratic dialogue. You got it. On the nature of virtue. You absolutely nailed it. Okay. Ready. Welcome to San Francisco, the tour guide says. I'm gonna drink for myself. Her voice echoes in the marble lobby of the office building. This is the famous Pyramid Building, the city's most famous skyscraper. When do we get to see the mummy? Your 5-year-old sister whines at your side. You cringe and squeeze Susie's hand. You wish you didn't have to drag her around, but taking care of her is always your job on family vacations. Oh well, you think. Who cares? This is going to be the best vacation ever. You and your family are staying in a hotel in downtown San Francisco. You have a view of the whole city from your window, including the tall, spindly pyramid building just a few blocks away. Is there a downtown San Francisco, really? I feel like the majority of it is downtown. Like, downtown is split up into districts because it's the majority of the city. It's just basically split up into BART stops. So, anyway. The Pyramid Building is a little spindly. I'll say that much. That's well described. But I do think R.L. Stine went to San Francisco.
Congratulations on your good
We lost
deed, Putt-Putt.
We lost a post-it already. I will gather them at the end. We learned from our mistakes last time. And Danny Forth, you just tipped $10. Thank you so much. Hi, Faith. Yeah, there's a real pyramid building. You can look it up while I'm doing this. Everyone look it up. It's your homework. Oh, shoot, I took my pen out of the list, and so now I gotta go to the list on the page where the list is. Oh, I just remembered there's like a ribbon on this book. That's why my cats won't leave it alone. I should use that.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Dr. Watson has resubscribed to Tier 1 for 18 months. Thank you so much for continuing to be a valued member of this community. It is okay that you are not here very often anymore. Your presence is still felt. Okay. And this month, there's a display of ancient Egyptian artifacts in the lobby, including a real mummy. Return it to Egypt. You are grave robbers. You can't wait to check it out. I want the mummy, Susie whines again. Oh, good. Okay, we have an older brother named Derek. And he is going to sound... He's probably going to be with us the whole time, so I better give him something I can do. He's Southern for some reason. I want my mummy. I want my mummy. Your older brother Derek chants, imitating Susie's babyish voice. You laugh at Derek's joke. What joke? That was not a joke. All right. Anyway. Then you whisper to Then you whisper to Susie, we'll see it as soon as the tour group gets out of the way. You peer through the crowd at the mummy in the glass case. Hey, did the mummy just move? Let's go to page 2 and find out. Your heart starts pounding. It can't be, but you know you just saw the mummy's arm move. Didn't anyone else see it? You stare hard at the brightly lit display cases in the middle of the lobby. A tour group crowds around the glass, blocking your view, so you stand on your tiptoes. Under a pinkish halogen light, you can see an ancient bandaged mummy lying in a beautiful...
Congratulations on your good deed,
Victor
Putt-Putt.
Kong, thank you so much for the donation. I will write you down and add you to the post-its as soon as I finish this sentence. Under a pinkish halogen light, you can see an ancient bandaged mummy lying in a beautiful gold-painted wooden box. All right. I'm going to write down all the name. Victor Kong. And then I'm going to write you on a post-it, which is already falling off. So I don't want to stop doing the post-its because I really enjoyed gathering the pile at the end and being like, thank you, everybody. So I'm going to keep doing the post-its even though they're still falling because I think that was nice at the end. But just know if yours falls, it's not because your donation isn't appreciated. It's because Sonic pushed you off with his hands. It's the first mummy you've ever seen. A king from more than 4,000 years ago. A dead person. Yep. Something about it gives you the creeps. Oh, you have to donate and run? Okay, I'm going to cross you off the list then, but let me know if you come back and you'll be added to your spot. Thank you so much again. I'm like, I have to keep reading so I don't cry. Something about it gives you the creeps. Is it the theft? Is it the theft of important cultural artifacts? Is that what's giving you the creeps? Probably not. The tour group moves away and the lobby clears. Come on, Susie squeals, pulling you toward... This is what 5-year-olds sound like. Pulling you toward the mummy case. A strange chill runs up your spine as you step closer. These books are just about extremely dramatic 12-year-olds. Anyway, you gaze at the mummy's face and shudder. It is hideous. Well, ouch. You'd be hideous too if you died 4,000 years ago. Part of his face is still wrapped up, but part of it isn't. You can see his dried, leathery skin stretched tightly over his shrunken, bony nose. He still has a nose? Hey, RL, have you ever seen a mummy before? I think he did no research on this.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Darth Credible Hulk, you gifted a tier 1 sub to PS Witch or P-Switch. I don't know which one is correct. You tell me. Thank you so much, Darth Credible Hulk and PS Switch or P-Switch. Welcome to the community, whether you like it or not. Okay. You gaze at the mummy's face. Wait, I already did that one.
On your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Ifno, you tipped $25. Thank you so much. You can't stay. I just wanted to stop by real quick and help out the kitties. Okay, I won't add you to the queue, but I will add a big letter I to the post-it, to the rapidly shrinking post-it wall. Sonic keeps pushing them off. I don't know what to tell you. All right. Okay. Great. Thank you so much. You back away and your foot bumps into something on the floor. You glance down to see what you've kicked. Hey, look, you cry out softly, but no one is listening. The tour group's scattered. Susie has let go of your hand. She's pressing her nose to the glass in front of the wooden mummy case. You can get that closed? That's wild. As usual, your 14-year-old brother, Derek, is acting as if he doesn't know any of you. He's talking to some kids by the door. Your parents examine another display case. Hi, Noodle. Hi, baby. The boys are all over here. Hold on. Let's see who we're doing this for really fast. Goose. He's feeling a lot better because of his medicine, although he is feeling loopy and he does not want to be held. And then, but Noodle absolutely did not want to get picked up there. That's fine. He's not a fan of it. He's the wiggliest boy, and that's why his name is Noodle. But you know he's cute. And he's 7 months old now. I can't even believe it. Noodle, come here. Maybe I can trick him. And it doesn't matter. He's easily tricked, but it doesn't matter. Let's see. No one notices what you found on the floor. You pick it up. It's a small clump of folded pages tied together at the edge with dried grass. It looks like some kind of ancient book. Okay, so I believe we're up to 3 goose smooches. I saw one earlier, so up to 3, I believe.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Tori, you just tipped $10. Thank you so much. I'm writing your name down on the list as I complain about the idea that he would find a 4,000-year-old Egyptian book. Like, no, he didn't.
Congratulations on your good
Just
deed,
Fine
Putt-Putt.
Sunshine has tipped $100. Thank you so much. While I have the marker out. Okay, I'm gonna stick those in a second. I'm gonna write this down. Just Fine Sunshine. You guys, I can't believe. I was like, oh, you know, I'm not expecting much, like blah blah blah, but like any little bit helps because it's just about like getting back all that fucking money. And you guys are just, I say this a lot, but I really fucking mean it. You're gonna make me cry. Okay.
Congratulations on your good
Gas
deed,
Guardian
Putt-Putt.
has tipped $12. Thank you so much. Ah! All my Post-its are falling under the weight. Okay, we're gonna have a lot of choices. Guest, guardian. Okay, fantastic. Okay. It's just a book about ancient Egypt. It's just like not well taken care of. Anyway, I'm gonna drink for that because that's stupid. Honestly, it's not that bad. The cranberry flavor is maybe the least gross. It came in a variety pack, and I can vouch for the fact that the others are disgusting. Okay, you open it carefully. The pages seem as if they might crumble in your hands. You peer at the squiggly markings on the page. To your surprise, you recognize the words. They're in English! It's just a textbook. The handwriting is hard to read. It's my handwriting. But finally, you figure out what it says. This is the first day in my tomb. I am wrapped so tightly that I fear I may never breathe again. The bandages that preserve...
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
War! Has tipped $200. Or Wards? Is that still... War, is that still you? I'll add you to the queue again. War! Okay, we've reached our goal. All right. Wart, you misspelled your name. Everyone, we're calling him Wart from now on. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Goal smashed. Jesus, we've been live for 37 minutes, including the time when it just said starting soon. Thanks, Wart, for getting us there. The bandages that preserve me are a prison. I am a king, yet they have brought me here, drained me of my blood, and bound me with bandages, against my will. Stop, I beg them. Do not do this horrible thing. I am not dead. I am alive. And very, very good at English, a language that hasn't been invented yet. Your mouth drops open as you flip through the ancient pages. Could this be a diary of some kind? A mummy's diary? Written 4,000 years ago? But why isn't it in ancient hieroglyphics? That was... Okay. How can it be in English? This is weird. Definitely weird. But somehow in your heart, you know the diary is real. Every word of it is true. You glance around again. I'm going to drink because they did imply the title of the book. You're absolutely right. You glance around again. No one notices you. You turn to another page and read on. I am embalmed alive. Me, the pharaoh, the king. And why? For one reason only. Because upon my neck I bear a strange birthmark. A red stain in a strange shape that frightens my people. They think it is a sign of evil. Even I am not sure what it means. Does it really mean I am evil? Could I actually hurt people? Am I mad? Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. So... apparently, the people of ancient Egypt were so afraid of the pharaoh's birthmark that they embalmed him alive. So, we're not even going to touch on, like, the ableism aspect. Like, I think that's beyond RL's capabilities. I think, personally, that... based on what I know about ancient Egypt, the pharaoh is supposed to be like divinely appointed, basically. So I imagine that if he had a weird birthmark, they would be like, it's a sign of good or whatever. And also, there's only so long you can be embalmed alive for. Feel like he would be done pretty soon. Anyway. I'm not going to keep questioning. I'm just throwing out that I don't think they would kill him for having a birthmark. Anyway. Your hands tremble as you flip to another page and read on. Each night my spirit walks the earth. For centuries, each night my spirit writes this diary. But now at last my chance has come. Tonight my body will walk the earth. Tonight here in this strangest of all pyramids, I will escape my prison. The American... Wait, no. Sorry. I just turned to the next page like a fool. It says to turn to page 9. Oh, my God. I was like, what American? Can it be possible? Is the mummy going to escape tonight? How? And is this the strangest of all pyramids? The pyramid building? How does he know what the outside looks like? It would seem strange to some old pharaoh, you guess. You read over the same pages again, trying to make sense of them. Each night my spirit writes this diary. It says, no way, you think. He isn't writing with his hand. He's writing with his mind. The mummy thinks something and it appears on the page. Awesome. Yeah. You shoot a quick sideways glance to make sure the lobby guard isn't watching, and then you tuck the diary under your shirt. Let's turn to page 132. Oh, way at the end here. Oh my god. You've got to read more of this. It's amazing. The mummy writes it with his mind. But just then, you hear your mother calling your name. Yoo-hoo! Is your name Yoo-hoo? Your mother is calling your name and then it says, in quotation marks, Yoo-hoo? Like the delicious chocolatey beverage. Again, she calls you. Bring Susie and come on. She says, I know that they don't want to say the name because they're like, you're the narrator. But the way it's written really fucking implies that our name is Yoo-hoo. So anyway, we're Yoo-hoo the 12-year-old. We gotta go get our sister Susie and go with my mom. All right. Derek, Susie, and Yoo-hoo. What a crowd. You've got to get away so you can look at the diary. You don't want your parents to see it and take it away from you. Not after you just found it. You scan the lobby for someplace to go. You spot an elevator. Maybe you can duck in there and zoom to the top of the pyramid. Finish reading the diary before someone finds you. Or maybe you should just keep the diary hidden and wait. You don't want to get into trouble with mom and dad, and besides, your hotel isn't too far away. You could sneak back here tonight to see if the mummy really escapes. The diary says, tonight, I will escape my prison. So what will it be in another capsule? If you come back tonight, turn to page 20. If you take the elevator now, turn to page 43. This child is indeed for real. Or, nope, feral. I meant feral. Elevator, great. I read, is this child for real? And you just said this child is feral, which is a very different sentence. All right, we are going to the elevator. It's 43. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. You decide to duck into the elevator. With the diary tucked under your shirt, you casually stroll over and push the up button. But the first elevator that arrives is going down. Oh well, that'll do. Quickly, you slip into the elevator. Luckily, no one else gets on with you. Your parents don't even notice you're gone. Great, you think, as the car whooshes downward. Now you can read the diary in private. Ding! A bell rings as the doors open to the basement. Weird, you say as you step out of the elevator. This is the basement? To your amazement, the place looks as if it were built thousands of years ago. The walls are made of huge blocks of rough tan stone. The only light shines from a fixture over the elevator doors. In the dim glow, you can see that the elevators are the only modern-looking part of the basement. Cautiously, you walk down a strange, dark hallway. Your sneakers scrape against the stones. It's really too dark to read the diary, but you can't help wanting to explore. The diary can wait, you decide. I'm gonna Google something really fast because I have a hunch about something. Hold on. Okay. I'm not gonna say it out loud in case I'm wrong. And by the way, it's not called the Pyramid Building. It's called the Transamerica Building. Let's see. It doesn't have a basement. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. There aren't basements in San Francisco, for the most part, because of earthquakes. Anyway, continuing on. Caution. Okay, you walk down the strange dark hallway, your sneakers scrape against the stones. It's really too dark to read the diary, but you can't help wanting to explore. The diary can wait, you decide. What is this place, you wonder? It sure doesn't look like the basement of a modern skyscraper. Yeah, because at most you're getting a split level, right? Because of the hills. Anyway, fuck. You know what? Really good point, Blue Mayhem. It also doesn't have a money. It doesn't have a money. It actually does have a lot of money in it because I think it's like a bank. But yeah, it does not have a mummy. You're so right. That we know of. What is this place, you wonder? It sure doesn't look like the basement of a modern skyscraper. Why don't you see any big basement... Fuck! Why don't you see any big basement equipment, like boilers and furnaces and things? Where's the janitor? The sound of your footsteps bounces off the stone walls. He doesn't see the janitor, even though the janitor lives in the basement. The echo makes the back of your neck tingle. We are just scared of everything. Yoo-hoo the child is scared of everything. The hallway narrows. You duck in some places to avoid banging into the ceiling. The path twists and turns, sometimes sloping up, sometimes down. There's barely enough light for you to see. You worry that you won't find your way back. Maybe this is a mistake. But you keep going. Except for the eerie silence and the darkness, this place is cool! You're too curious to turn back now. You come to a small tunnel leading off to the right. It seems to slope up. A set of stone steps leads down on the left. Which way? All right. So next we have Darkwing Disco Duck. Are you still here? Darkwing Disco Duck, are you still here? I'm gonna drink my big alcohol soda. Darkwing left? All right, no big deal. Then it is Blue May... Oh, right, he said second choice. You're totally right. Jiminy's Journal. Thank you for remembering. Second choice is the steps, not the tunnel. I'm gonna put a post-it right here so that when we go back to check out other threads, we sure can. So the steps. You're absolutely right. Thank you for your good memory, Jiminy's Journal. You decide to take the stone steps to the left. The narrow tunnel gives you the creeps. After a few steps down, the stairs level out. You see another set of steps leading upward. You start to climb again. Your feet scrape across something gritty on the floor. You glance down and see sand. Sand? Definitely weird, you think, as you reach another stone landing. You feel as if you've been climbing up and down for days. You stretch your legs and then continue up the stairs. I have to admit that very early in this, I would definitely give up and turn back. I would be like, not worth it. Give up and turn back. There's just no way I would do that many stairs. Okay. You stretch your legs and then continue up the stairs. You who's a different person than me. I don't know what to tell you. Where do the steps come out, you wonder? A back exit from the pyramid building? Do they lead into another building? Oh no, April Love Snakes, you should not have picked scotch to drink along. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna drink for an unrealistic narrator choice of keeping on with stairs, even though absolutely I wouldn't. Why don't they know me? Why don't they cater to my specific perspective? Where do the steps come out? You Arizona. Do they lead into another building? A hot breeze ruffles your hair as you near the top of the steps. That's odd, you think. It was chilly this morning, and the weather person on TV predicted rain. Finally, you reach the top. You walk outside and squint as your eyes adjust to the brilliant sun. I love I will say really fast, San Francisco, it's cold, and predicting it's rainy is like such a slam dunk. It's like very, very easy. When I was much younger, I say that like I'm an ancient person. When I was like still in college, I had an internship in the city, and it was in the dead of summer, and at one point I had to wear a wool coat. It is cold there. To quote Mark Twain, he once said, the coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco. Anyway, I fucking love the weather there. Coat season all year round. That's my big struggle with living in Los Angeles. Coat season, never. What did I study in college? I studied advertising and creative writing. SF is amazing. I love San Francisco. It's a great city. It's just way too expensive to live in. Okay, all right, okay. Finally, you reach the top. You walk outside and squint as your eyes adjust to the brilliant sun. Huh? Your mouth drops open as you gaze at the scene in front of you. Sand? Camels? Pyramids? Desert? Is this... No, it can't be. Are you in Egypt? I'm gonna drink because it's warm. No way, you think, shaking your head. This can't be happening. It isn't real. How can I be in Egypt, you wonder? How? Stay calm, you tell yourself over and over. You know, I'm so sorry that Darkwing Disco Duck wasn't here to realize that he doomed us to time travel, I assume, to Egypt. You just came out of the Pyramid Building in San Francisco in the United States of America. You can't be in Egypt. But you are. You see the pyramids and the camels. You hear the wind blowing across the desert. You feel the sand in your eyes. You can even smell and taste a sweet, flowery fragrance in the air. Close your mouth. If you have sand in your eyes, you have sand in your mouth. What the fuck, you who? Oh, Steve, you left? Well, I'm gonna, again, cross your name off. But if you do come back, let me know, and you'll get to keep your spot, okay? I'm nothing if not fair. Thank you so much for your donation. It was great having you here. You swallow hard the sand and try to figure out how. Why? Good point, Blue Mayhem. Good point. You'd be able to see the city from the pyramid if it was modern day, and he would have mentioned, you who would have mentioned that. So true, Gas Guardian. So true. Okay. They do make insane assumptions. I realize I should say it out loud, but you're saying it's so true. Insane assumptions, and they're 100% correct because they're the protagonist. Our hero named Yoo-Hoo is always right. Maybe I am in ancient San Francisco. Very good point. There have been a lot of changes to the city since it was built. The earthquake really knocked everything down. Also true, Jiminy's Journal. It was not as much of a desert. It was much more fertile crescent-y. Suddenly it hits you. The diary. This must have something to do with the mummy's diary. You yank the ancient pages out from under your shirt and open the diary again. The words you read just a few minutes ago are gone. Instead, the whole diary is filled with symbols and pictures. Hieroglyphics! Dang, now we aren't going to know what that mummy was thinking. Thank you so much, Sarah the G. I have a way with words. It's that creative writing study. I was in such an advanced program to say the words fertile crescent-y at you. Your hand trembles as you turn the page. As you turn page after page, they're all the same. See, when I do a Goose Drunks, the reason why it always takes me so long, other than laziness and not wanting to do it sometimes, is that it's like a 4-hour filming process and then a week-long editing process. And I'm like, oh, that's such a time commitment. Because a lot of the time, and especially later in the book, I'll like say a sentence and be like, no, that's not what it says, and have to do the whole thing all over again. And it's so much editing. But you guys just get to enjoy the Goose Drunks warts and all. Here we go. Your hand trembles as you turn page after page. They're all the same. All hieroglyphs. All hieroglyphs. God damn it. Terror grips your heart. How can the diary be written in hieroglyphics? Have you somehow gone back in time? On top of everything else? You glance around and see... I love that now Yoo-Hoo's got a what now kind of vibe. It's very good. You glance around and see some people in modern clothes. Okay, you reassure yourself, at least I'm still in the present. Alright, great. So we're still in the present. We just assumed it was ancient Egypt because we didn't turn around and see the modern city of Cairo.
Thanks for your help. Bye.
Righteous Nomad, thank you for the 1,000... Wait, yes, 1,000... I can read. 1,000 bits. You are a bit of the best. Huh. Okay, you reassure yourself. At least I'm still in the present. Free trip to Egypt. Hello. You may still have a chance at getting back home, and you want to get there right now. You turn sharply and head back toward the steps, but a young Egyptian man in a long white robe blocks your way. He has smooth tan skin, black hair, and sparkling brown eyes. He sounds hot. Is Yoo-hoo into this guy? Because that was like a gorgeous description of him. Like, this is like romantic lead level description, I feel like. Sparkling brown eyes, RL? Okay. You notice he's wearing a badge. He must be some kind of security guard. No entrance, he says in English, and I say in an English accent because Hollywood did it for a million years, so I'm just gonna fucking do it now. But I just came out of there, you sputter. No entrance, he says. The Great Pyramid is not open. The guy sounds fucking hot. Thank you, Candy Wharf. And still do exactly Jimny's journals. I'm just going for it. Because I know I can kind of do an English accent, and I'm not going to try to do an Egyptian accent for many reasons. The Great Pyramid. You stare at the guard, your head spinning. You studied Egypt in school. The Great Pyramid is the biggest pyramid in the world. The one that sits in the desert.
I'm in there
near the
like
Sphinx.
swimwear.
Overlord Zaylor, you just gifted 5 Tier 1 subs to the community. Thank you so much. Those of you who have been gifted subs, welcome to the community, whether you like it or not.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Yep, you're definitely in Egypt. But I just came out of there, you try to explain. Only it wasn't the Great Pyramid, it was the pyramid building. Man, those cats do not want to stay on the wall. They are worse at sticking than the teeth were, and the teeth were very bad at sticking. This is going to be a mess to gather up later, but oh well, here we go. The guard laughs. Huh, you mean that silly building in America?
I'm in there like swimwear.
He shakes his head and laughs again. You've got to believe me, you plead. And look at this. It's not a silly building in America. At the time, it was the tallest skyscraper in the world, I believe. Or at the very least, it was, like, up until very recently at that like point. Swimwear. You've got to believe me, you plead. And look at this! You shove the diary toward the guard. This diary, it was written in English a few minutes ago, and now it's all changed to hieroglyphs. Oh, 3 Baked Beans, thank you for the follow. Everyone say hello to our new friend and to Gregory's Stomp, the stomping Yoshi, who stomp upon our choices and our hearts. He does think I'm talking about a Bass Pro Shop. You're right, Blue Mayhem. That's where the confusion is. Yeah. Before the guard can take the diary. Before the guard can take the diary. Before the guard can take the diary, a young man in a tan suit, sunglasses, and a straw hat approaches you. I see you have the... Oh, wait, never mind. Sorry. I just read ahead and it says he sounds American. So, I see you have the famous diary of Boothra. I don't feel bad about mispronouncing that because absolutely that is made up. The man says he sounds American. May I see it? Don't give it to him, the young Egyptian shouts. Give it to me! All right, whose turn is it? Blue Mayhem. If you show the diary to the American, turn to page 5. If you give it to the Egyptian, turn to page 22. If you turn and run from both of them, turn to page 106. Blue Mayhem. What are you going to do? There are so many choices. We've got a lot going on here. 3 whole choice. Chaos option, run away. Let's do it. Hey, coach, how's it going? All right, we're running away. Page 106. You turn and dash away. You race across the desert sands. You don't trust either of these guys. Why should you? They're trying to take the mummy's diary away from you. The strange diary that magically changed from English to hieroglyphics. Yes, I know, RL. Sand blows in your face as you leave the Great Pyramid far behind. Who cares? You'll eat sand if you have to. You already have! All you want to do is get out of here alive. You try not to let the feeling of cold fear rise into your throat. You swallow hard, choking it back down. How am I going to get home, you wonder? How about you try running toward the city instead of the desert? Just run toward the city and find a telephone.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Darth Credible Hulk, you just gifted a tier 1 sub to a strange fool. A strange fool, congratulations on continuing to be a valued member of this community, whether you like it or not. You're heading out, Victor Kong? Oh, it was great to have you here. I'm crossing your name off the list. Let me know if you come back. You will have your same spot. Thank you for your donation. It was wonderful to have you here. You try not to let the feeling of cold fear rise into your throat. You swallow hard, choking it back down. How am I going to get home, you wonder? I already read that part, but I mean it. Like, just run toward the city and not the desert. And how could the diary change things? Like there's an American consulate. Like, find the... okay, anyway. And how could the diary change like that? The diary. Maybe it contains some kind of special message. Maybe if you figure out what the hieroglyphs mean, then you'll know how to get home. You want to examine the diary again. You glance over your shoulder to make sure you're not being followed. Are you? Make sure. Then turn and run to page 7. Oh boy. There's an illustration on this page. This is going to be fun to communicate to you guys. Nobody seems to be around. Nothing but sand. Egypt's hot sun beats down on you, making you feel dizzy and faint. You'd like to sit down in the shade, but there isn't any. Water, you think. I must have water. Now you know why they say things like that in old movies. You've never been so thirsty in your life. Luckily, you had a light jacket with you in San Francisco. It's tied around your waist. You take it off and hold it over your head, using it as a tent for shade. You open the diary to the first page with writing. It's page 7. Hey, that's the page we're on. It's wild that he just said that. You study the hieroglyphs. They look like this. That's the picture. I'm sorry. Nope. Yep, it's a smiley face. You nailed it. All right. We are on Sarah. It is Sarah the G's turn for choice. What do you think it means? If it looks like a bunch of birds sitting around a campfire to you, turn to page 58. If you see an ancient Egyptian smiley face instead, turn to page 12. I'll remind you what it means. What do you think it looks like, Sarah the G? We're turning it into an ink blot test. That's how hieroglyphs work. Smiley face, let's go. Great. Gonna mark the page in case he kills us for thinking it looks like a smiley face. I feel like we're getting to the point where any of the choices could kill us for no reason, so I'm gonna definitely mark every single page for sure. I've been doing that anyway, but double for sure. Smiley face, page 12. Looks like an ancient Egyptian smiley face to me, you say out loud. Uh-oh, you're talking to yourself, and you're seeing smiley faces. You better find some water soon. Apparently me too. Hold on. Yoo-hoo is a gifted child. A strange fool, you're right. We got so many incidents last time, Jiminy Journal. It was fucking, yeah.
I'm in there like swimwear.
$1 million, you just resubscribed for a tier 1 for 11 months. Thank you so much for continuing to be a valued member of this community. As a kid, I always ran out of fingers to keep as bookmarks for the choice-making pages. When I would read these with Jenny at like Red Robin or Denny's, which is how we did it, we would like take the, you know, the paper that like is wrapped around the napkin rings. We would start with that and like rip off pieces, and then when we inevitably ran out of that, we would use the napkins themselves. Very good methodology. You suddenly remember that you had a pack of Fruity Bites candy in your pocket. You read. It's weird that he didn't use a brand name. He literally never. He always takes the opportunity to use a brand name. So I'm starting to suspect this is a ghostwriter and not RL. How old do you have to be to know to go to the embassy? I don't know. The first time I went to an embassy, I was like Like, this isn't a brag, but, like, 13, so, like, sometimes it comes up. And I had heard of an embassy at that point, like, surely. All right. Maybe I'm just being special. I don't know. Yeah, RL will just use brand names. He doesn't give a shit. You don't have to donate anything. I've reached the goal. There is a tip button if you wish to tip. But, like, literally nobody feel obligated to donate at this point. The cats have been taken care of. Embassies are not only for fancy people, they are for idiots who lose their passports. You reach for them. They're still there, and they're only a little melted. You pop 2 in your mouth. Ah, they almost make you forget your parched throat. Almost. But not for long. Yeah, how would they help? How would they help? RL, how would they help? RL's ghostwriter, how would they help? I really don't think this is RL. I think that's our first big clue, is that he always uses the brand name. And a ghostwriter wouldn't dare. Secret stretch goals. Listen, again, I will always welcome tips. I'm literally a streamer. I'll never say no, and I always appreciate the generosity. But the specific fundraising goal has been met. So if you only wish to tip because you want to help the kitties, you don't have to worry about it. The kitties have been helped. But I appreciate the kind thought. All right. If you don't find water soon, you know you're a goner for sure. So you stagger forward, sucking on the fruity bites. Then you see it. Another smiley face. Maybe you really are going mad. It's on that sand dune not far from you. A row of Egyptian statues. Bird-faced pillars carved in stone, like ones you've seen in books on ancient Egypt. 2 statues make the eyes, and 7 more make the mouth, exactly like the drawing in the diary. You pull out the diary, turn to page 7, and check it again. I won't. Don't tell me what to fucking do. I'm drinking because RL's ghostwriter told me what to do, and I won't. I am Yoo-Hoo the 12-year-old, and I'm on a free trip to Egypt. You can't tell me shit. The face in the diary has a nose. There's no nose with the statues, but you figure that could just be a picture of the sun to show how hot it is in the desert. Hot was in all caps, that's why I said it like that. That would make sense. What doesn't make sense is why the ancient Egyptians put a smiley face design in the middle of the desert, and why the mummy's diary has a picture of it. Run over to the statues on page 133 and get some answers. Sure will. Oh my god, all the way in the back. Somehow you manage to stumble over to the row of bird-faced statues. When you get there, you realize what the nose on the drawing is for. There among the statues, halfway between the eyes and the mouth, is a hole in the sand and some steps that lead down into it. You hadn't noticed it until now, but the sun is setting against some sand dunes behind you. It looks just like the picture making the nose and the smiley face. You notice it now because at that precise angle, the sun's... Wait, we just stared directly at the sun and went, it looks like a hieroglyph! Are you sure? All right. The sun's rays reach all the way to the bottom of the hole in the sand. And there you see something amazing. Gold! It's in all caps again. Tons of it. Coins, little statues, scepters, crowns, all made of gold. The treasure of King Buthra-Maman. Again, I don't feel bad about butchering it. RL's ghostwriter definitely fucking made that up. They did the absolute bare minimum research on San Francisco. There is no chance they even opened a book about Egypt. So that's why everybody wants the diary. It's a treasure map. But gold's not all you see down there. You also see teeth. It's the Dentathon returns. Ah, Revenge of the Dentathon. No. Sharp, pointy teeth. 2 rows of them, grinning up from the gigantic mouth of a crocodile. Oh no! As carefully as you can, turn to page 46. I turned very carefully. We have a choice coming up. So, Who's next here? Matt stuck in the moon goo. You are next, so get ready. Jesus, none of these stayed. We tried so hard. There's a big, ugly crocodile. What makes a crocodile ugly? Like, body standards are so fucking difficult. And, like, now we're doing beauty standards on crocodiles, too? Like, what? Anyway. Fucking judgmental, yoo-hoo. I also think crocodiles are cute. I wouldn't want to hang out with one, but I think they're cute. Are they the ones with the short little snub noses? Or are alligators the one with the short little snub noses? I always forget. I feel like crocodiles are, right? Or is it alligators? Hi, Matador. Oh, the Council of Mats is in session. Yay! Anyway. All right, no one knows about the alligator versus crocodile thing. This is why we need a zoologist here. He would tell us. Crocs have the more triangular noses. Alligators have the more rounded noses. Okay, well, then they're always the ones that are in cartoons. So obviously I have fond emotions about them. And crocodiles are the ones that are just adorable in person. Okay, there's a big, ugly crocodile on the steps in front of you. Crocodiles mean water. That means there must be some nearby. But right about now, crocodiles mostly mean danger. Oh my god, I know Nintendo spiders. And when I found out you weren't a spider, I also cried. Everyone's always lying to me. But Ed Zoologist does know, like, a lot about animals. So I'm willing to let him keep the name. I won't demand he changes it. I'm giving like that. I know, so many. I bet Dr. Watson isn't even a doctor. It's like he's guarding the gold. What? And what was he eating down there? Hey, this was my question when I watched Raiders for the first time. What were the snakes eating down there? How did they survive? Explain. Not to, like, CinemaSins ding this one, but how the fuck did it survive down there? Gold is edible? Gold is just soft. That doesn't make it edible. How many calories are in gold? I'm just asking. Okay. You freeze. Don't move, you tell yourself. Whatever you do, don't run. No quick movements. There are too many of them for them to be cannibals. You know what? I've thought about this. There's a lot of issues I have with that movie, actually. It's a great movie, don't get me wrong. But when I watched it again recently, all right, I've mentioned this before, but I will complain about it again because we're on the subject. All right, so she writes love you on her eyelids, right? And does the slow blink at him. And then after class, she fucking books it out of there. Doesn't even try to make eye contact with him. She's just gone. And it's like, girl, you spent so long writing that on your closed eyes in a mirror, and you're not even gonna, like, stick around and flirt? Feels like kind of a wasted effort to me, but okay. Also, the thing that I love that's very funny is the first time you hear the, like, triumphant theme is he does, like, a very anticlimactic rope swing into a river. Like, it's not graceful, it's not heroic at all, and I'm like, I can't believe this is the first time they're using the theme, and it's sarcastic. Like, very good. I love that movie. Anyway, let's keep going. Marion, I think, is, like, the reason I am the way I am. I think she shaped a lot of my feelings. Anyway. But do you really want to stand there and be eaten alive? Especially when there could be water down in that pit? Your mind races, trying to think quickly. Two ideas come to you. You could toss some of the fruity bites to the crocodile. Then maybe it would leave you alone. Or you could try moving very, very slowly past him on the stairs. If you don't find water, you might need those fruity bites. What will you do? Matt stuck in the Moongo, I'm so sorry I kept you waiting for this long. If you throw the croc some fruity bites candy, turn to page 116. If you try to move past him, turn to page 87. What'll it be? That seems possible, Candy Wharf. It is a lot of snakes. I also do enjoy fruity bites. Let's do it. I also do enjoy that, like, in the movie, he's like, snakes, why did it have to be snakes? And jumps in there because he's a hero. And in the ride, he's like, snakes, you're on your own. He doesn't fucking care about you. It makes me laugh every time. It's so out of character for it, like established canon for Indiana Jones is he jumps in anyway, he just doesn't like it. And on the ride, they're like, not this time, he's out of here. You decide to throw the croc some candy. You're just about to reach into your pocket for some Fruity Bites when the crocodile suddenly opens his mouth and attacks you, chomping down hard. Ah! You scream as you feel his teeth tear through your jeans and begin to pierce your leg. Uh-oh, Matt Stuck in the Moon Gooey might have made the wrong choice here. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, with all your strength, you wrestle the croc, trying to pry his mouth open. You throw yourself to the ground, whipping the croc off the stairs and over onto his back. Frantically, you plunge your hand into your pocket. You pull out a few Fruity Bites and toss them into his mouth next to where your leg is. The croc opens his jaws wider. Could it be? Yes! He's letting you escape. You jump out of his jaws super fast, but as soon as you're out, the croc smacks his lips together and opens wide. You can tell from the look on his face that he only wants one more thing. More Fruity Bites! You toss him another handful of Fruity Bites and hurry away. Uh-oh, don't look now. With a slap of his stubby legs, the croc follows you, like a puppy begging for more candy. He snaps his jaws together twice, a warning, and you know what it means. Give him Fruity Bites now, or else. Well, as long as you can afford to keep buying Fruity Bites, you'll stay alive. But, and this is in all caps, but you're in Egypt! Where are you going to buy Fruity Bites around here? Guess you're up the Nile without a paddle. To the crocodile, you look like one big Fruity Bite. The end. Matt Stuck in the Moon Goo, you... God bless for getting us to this fantastic insta-death. There's so much going on here. Who's just one big Fruity Bite? That's what I've always been saying. Like, this is definitely a ghostwriter. Okay. All right. We are going to go back to the last choice we did and follow that path. And then the next time we make a choice we haven't done, we will go to the next person on the queue. I don't want to, like cheat people out of their choices by being like, what do you want to do? Oh, Ed Zoologist is here. Hi, Ed Zoologist. Okay, so instead of throwing the croc some Fruity Bites, what if we try to move past him on page 87? Water, you say to yourself. I desperately need water. It's all you can think about. If there's water in that pit, then you've got to get down there. So, moving as slowly as you can, you step past the croc. Big mistake, because the crocodile was saying to himself, lunch. I desperately need lunch. Too bad for you. No water, no treasure, no escape from the croc. Looks like Uthraman's treasure is fool's gold. And guess who the fool is? The end. Matt Stuck in the Moon Goo, thank you for getting us to the more entertaining insta-death. You definitely chose correctly, I will say. So let's find the last choice we had before that. I believe it was trying to interpret what the smiley face hieroglyphs were. So, let's find that one. Yeah. If it looks like a bunch of birds sitting around a campfire to you. Turn to page 58. Yeah, both choices were death. You see a crocodile, you're donezo. R.L. Stein is nothing if not a teacher, and all he wants to teach kids is stay away from crocodiles, they'll eat you. Okay, page 58. If this, for some reason, looks like a bunch of birds sitting around a campfire, then we're going to turn to page 58. An ancient smiley face. That's a good one. You decide it's a bunch of birds sitting around a campfire. They look like they're having a good time. But what does it mean, you wonder? Nobody's there to answer you. Sand swirls around you. Your throat is so hot and dry you can hardly swallow. You have to find some water. The best you can do is keep walking, and so you do. You walk and walk and walk. 20 minutes, 30, still no water. How are we keeping track of time? It is the 90s. We do not have a cell phone. Do we have a watch? Is it a cool digital watch? These are details I need to know. But then you see something else, something you recognize. I actually don't know why I have headphones on. I like literally don't need to. Because I feel stupid without them. I feel like when I sit here, I have to have them on. Also, because then I hear alerts. All right, I remember now. But then you see something else, something you recognize. The Sphinx! A huge stone monument in the desert near the pyramids. The Sphinx has the body of a lion with a human head. Hold on, I have a hunch about something. One second. I have to know something. I'm not going to say it out loud again, because if I'm wrong, I don't want to sound silly. I'm like, I don't know anything. Okay, fine, they are nearby. Whatever. Hey, we have 69 viewers right now. Fucking nice. Okay. It's like half a mile away. It's pretty close. I was right the first time about the basement thing. Come on. Give me that one. I can't be right all the time. It's my curse. The Sphinx, a huge stone monument in the desert near the pyramids. The Sphinx has the body of a lion with a human head. Eagerly, you run the last few hundred feet to the stone monument. He towers over you. More than 60 feet tall. Do we think the Sphinx is a boy? I thought the Sphinx was a girl. Oh, that's Windows Security telling me about virus and threat protection. Thank you. I guess it doesn't matter, but I thought the Sphinx was female? Alright, it doesn't matter. It's rocks is what it is. Anyway, he's more than 60 feet tall. Wow, you think, gazing up at the Sphinx, there's something eerie and mysterious about him. He looks as if he knows a secret and won't tell. Oh, Greek Sphinx is female, Egyptian is male. Thank you, Gasguardian. That's why I got confused. Thank you so much. Because I was like, am I being gaslit by this book right now? Actually, okay, here's the whole thing. Here's a fun fact. The past tense of gaslight is not gaslit, it's gaslighted. Because it's a reference to the play, not to the action of gaslighting. like literal gaslighting with like gas-based lamps. So I just wanted to share that with you to let you know I used the wrong grammar there, but I know the right one. Let's keep going. What's the past tense of girl boss? It's girl bossed with an accent, a goo. Okay. Suddenly you hear a voice, a huge booming voice, coming from the giant statue. Go back, the Sphinx commands you. You must not trespass on the graves of kings. All right. Tell that to the Brits. You stare at the Sphinx, your eyes growing wide. Is this really happening? Is the Sphinx really talking to you? Or have you finally lost your mind? Then you spot a crowd of people swarming around the base of the monument. Go back! The Sphinx's voice booms again. Instantly, the crowd turns. They run from the Sphinx, screaming in terror for their lives. All right. I mean, it's just a tourist attraction, but... I mean, it's an ancient, beautiful tourist attraction. This shouldn't be a tourist attraction, but, you know, fucking people... Lots of people go there every day. It doesn't matter. I'm going to keep going. I had a very light breakfast. Maybe making this a Goose Drinks wasn't a good idea. But it felt like it at the time, so we're going to do it. You stare at the Sphinx, your eyes growing wide. Is this really happening? Oh, I thought there was like a crumb, but there's just like a bad, like a marking on the page. Love it. Is this really happening? Is the Sphinx really talking to you? Or have you finally lost your mind? Then you spot a crowd of people swarming around. Oh, I already saw it. Fuck, I already read that. Drink because I already read that. So you turn and flee. Sand flies in your face as your feet pound across the desert. Cut! A voice suddenly shouts from a megaphone. Okay, we are just a very dramatic 12-year-old. You who's a very dramatic 12-year-old. And an unreliable narrator. Huh? You think? Did someone just yell cut? Okay, hold on. Amenarak, you are the next choice and a choice is coming up. So get your choice decision making ready. You glance over your shoulder and notice another group of people you hadn't seen before. It's a movie crew, an American movie crew. It looks as if they're making some kind of adventure picture in Egypt. The crowd of terrorized running people are all actors and extras. And the voice of the Sphinx is coming from a speaker on the side. Oh, they weren't going to do that in post? Okay. Feels like something they would do in post, but okay. Cool, you think? You wonder who's in the movie. Then you spot him. The star of the film. Illinois Smith. You see fucking, do you see like fucking Illinois Smith like in Illinois Smith was actually Sufjan Stevens' nickname in high school. He's the character in all those action movies about lost treasures and ancient tombs. Hey, maybe Illinois Smith can help you figure out what the mummy's diary means. What do you think? Do you ask for his help? Or do you puzzle it out for yourself? Where, like, this movie star is definitely a real archaeologist. I, for sure, should ask him. Anyway, if you ask Illinois Smith to help, turn to page 54. If you try to figure it out yourself, turn to page 81. What do you think, Amenarak? Do we believe that an action star is really his character? Or do we believe that we're capable of deciphering ancient hieroglyph? Both silly. You want to know what the movie star thinks about hieroglyphs? Fantastic. That is definitely the more interesting choice. You decide to ask Illinois Smith for help. Why not? He's always figuring out ancient curses and translating foreign languages and things like that in his movie. Excuse me, you say, walking up to Smith. Actually, his real name's not Smith. That's just his character's name. But you can't remember his real name. It's Harrison Ford. It's just actually Harrison Ford. I wish they would say it. I wish they would. They couldn't think of a way to parody Harrison Ford's name, so you just can't remember it. Yeah, he says, glancing at you from under his famous brown hat. You hand him the strange, thin pages of the mummy's diary. I was wondering if you could... But before you finish your sentence, Smith grabs the diary out of your hand. Sure, kid, he says. Anytime. That's my Harrison Ford impression. Do you like it? Then he pulls out a big, fat, felt-tipped marker and scrawls an autograph across the page, completely blotting out the ancient writing underneath. Did you really think a movie star was going to decipher hieroglyphics for you? Really? Well, decipher this. Ha. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. The end. All right, so let's try and figure it out ourselves, huh? Good choice, Amenarak. I loved it. It's what I would have picked, too. Absolutely no criticism. Definitely what I would have done. 81. Okay. I have finished my beverage. Forget him, you decide. He's just a movie character. What would he know about hieroglyphics in real life? Besides, beyond the movie set, you see a catering truck. They'd have something to drink. A moment later, you're sitting in the shade of one of the pyramids with a cool, refreshing bottle of cola. God, I wish I had more alcohol for that one. Jesus Christ. Water! You've been wandering through the desert for 0.6 miles. Canonically, you need water. Water! Anyway. You pull the diary out of your pocket again and study the pictures in the book. There's the page with the birds. Page 7 is capitalized every time, by the way. And there's another with fish. You notice that each of the pages is 1, 2, or 3 stars in the corner. One of the extras from the film sits down next to you. He peers over your shoulder, noticing the ancient-looking book in your hand. Hey, he says, pointing to the page with birds on it. That restaurant's still in downtown Cairo. Pete's Chicken Grill. Best place in town. Guy's from Manchester for some reason. Is that a Manchester accent? I feel like it was closer to that than a London accent, certainly. It was just bad. Either way. Wasn't close to anything. Restaurant? Chicken grill? What's he talking about? This is a 4,000-year-old chicken grill restaurant. Then it dawns on you. The pictures of birds and fish. The stars in the corner. The diary is a restaurant guide. Who'd have thought Boothar Mammon was really the world's first restaurant critic? Oh well, don't feel bad. You've solved the mystery of the mummy's diary, and now you know where to get a good meal. The end. Hey, we didn't die in either of those. That's pretty good. And in this one, we got a nice cold Coca-Cola. Okay. I'm gonna find the last choice we did before the drawing one, but first I'm gonna get me another Cranberry White Claw because I deserve it. I'll be right back. Nobody move a muscle. Why does my hair look like this? I'm so sorry. All right. I put a stool next to me thinking I could trick a cat to sit on it, and instead they just left. Also, I was sitting here before, and I got up to like go grab the drink, and Goose was on the computer, and I was like, oh, he's early. The second I got up, like the seat wasn't even cold, Goose moved onto the seat. I'm like, it's not your seat, it's my seat. Anyway, I'm getting another White Claw, no crimes. I'm gonna be back in 2 seconds. I'm not even gonna change it to the BRB screen. That's how long it's gonna take. I'm gonna keep talking to you guys from over here. Oh boy. All right, let's see. I'm going into my fridge. I'm opening my fridge. I've gone into my fridge. I am getting a White Claw. I have grabbed a White Claw. You've been updated. Oh shit, I just realized something. Oh no. Okay. So here's the thing. I just realized something. Goose needs to have his medicine every 12 hours. I need to give him his medicine. So I am actually going to throw the BRB screen up because I have to trick him into letting me squirt 2 disgusting liquids into his mouth. It's very difficult. It will only take a couple of minutes, but I will throw the BRB and the creepy music back on. I don't know. I think I changed the BRB to match the kitty-thon. But BRB, no crimes. I'm going to give Goose his medicine. BRB. Hell yeah, I did it. Awesome.
You've been living in the shadow.
face to face with your fears. Come face to face with tales that witness madness. Come face to face with terror beyond your wildest nightmares. Enter an asylum from which you may never escape. Leave all your sanity behind. It can't help you now.
Mamalu can't destroy it. I will destroy it. And you.
Ladies, gentlemen, looks like the work of a ghost. Let's start by ruling out ghosts.
Human being, selecting the best organs from different corpses.
I've already arranged the body to be exhumed.
Hello, I'm back. Give it a second. There it is. Hi, I'm back. Sorry, it takes a long time because the thing about the medicine is there's 2 medicines he has to take, and they are taken orally, and I have to put them in like a syringe and put them in his mouth. And one of them apparently gets the nice doctor told me it gets absorbed through the mucous membrane. So I have to find a way to either apply it directly to the inside of his cheek or directly to underneath his tongue. And do you want to know how hard that is? Very fucking hard.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Apo or APO or APO, I don't know how you want me to pronounce your name, but thank you so much for the $20 tip. I shall add you now to the choice queue. All right. The other end, I actually don't think would have been harder because it's just like a whoop and he'll be like, hey, and then there you go, you know? But getting his mouth open and getting him to sit still and have a syringe put in it to squirt medicine he doesn't like, and then it specifically has to be under his tongue, is a fucking wild task. Yeah, he doesn't like it. Hi, Goose. He is slow blinking at me, though, because he loves me so much, and I love him. Also, I gave him a cranberry treat, and he's into it. Okay, let's see. What was the last big choice we made? I have 3 Post-its. It's got to be one of them. All right, yeah. It's who to show the diary to. So actually, this is a choice. This is definitely a choice because it was a three choice. So let's see. Or Emanarak, were you the last choice? Help me out. I stood up and I forgot where we were. Oh, a Pontius. Okay, it was you, right? Okay. He does not know we're raising funds for him, no matter how many times I tell him. You got Indy to look at the book. Right. Fantastic. So you were the last one. That means that Tony M. Parker is your choice. Do we show the diary to the hot American man? Oh, wait, no, not the hot American man. The American man in a hat or the hot Egyptian man? Which do you think? What's your decision? What do you wish to do? I love your vote, Nintendo Spiders, but it is fully up to Tony M. Parker. If Tony M. Parker is still here. Tony M. Parker, are you still here? We shall give it a minute while I open up my can. Yeah. It's honestly refreshing at this point. I've moved past thinking it's gross. It's refreshing. We'll give it like another minute, and then if Tony and Parker stepped away for a sec, we'll just get back to him when he gets back here. And we'll go to Nintendo Spiders, and we know Nintendo Spiders' choice. Which is valid and what I would pick. Listen, I know he's a hot guy in uniform. However, RL is constantly trying to teach lessons to children. So I feel like what he's trying to say is trust a guy in uniform over some rando who walks up to you wearing a hat. So it's always like trying to teach kids not to do like very stupid things. I don't think anyone would ever be in this situation, probably. But okay. I don't think he's here. Totally fine. If he comes back, he shall announce himself. It's a straw hat, so it's not red. Tony and Parker comes back. Everyone let him know that his choice is next, and also let me know that he's back. In the meantime, Nintendo Spiders, which do you pick? I know what your choice is. It's true. All right, we are showing the diary to the Egyptian man. Hot guy, hot guy. You decide to trust the young Egyptian guard. He seems genuinely concerned. You hand him the diary. The American looks disappointed, but he turns and wanders away. The Egyptian man tells you his name is Muhammad. Then he examines the diary, his eyes widening. This diary must be returned to the royal tomb of Buthraman, he cries. Only then will the mummy rest. Come with me. But where are we going, you ask him. To the tomb, he whispers. His eyes narrow and his eyebrows curl in, making him look as if he has a deep, dark secret. Muhammad leads you by donkey to the Nile River. There you board a boat and travel south all day and all night. Oh my god, that's a long journey. Finally, was there no faster way? An all-terrain vehicle, maybe? All right, whatever. Finally, you reach a strange, uninhabited part of Egypt. Were you in inhabited parts the whole time? Surely then there must have been an easier... Okay, fine, fuck. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna drink instead of complain. So you reach a strange uninhabited part of Egypt. In the steamy heat, he leads you through a lush jungle, and then to another desert area, and finally to the sandy stone entrance to the tomb. Jesus, we must be tired at this point. Holy shit. I'm tired just reading that. You go in first, he says, pointing the way. Oh no, we might have trusted the wrong person. Oh no. Me, you think? Why me? Your heart starts to pound. You don't want to go into the tomb first. You're not even sure you want to go in at all. Why are we doing this again? You ask Muhammad. Remind me. Muhammad brings his face very close to yours, nose to nose. Because if you don't, he says, the mummy will rise from his coffin in San Francisco and stalk you day and night. Everywhere you turn, you'll see his wrinkled skin, his hollow, screaming eyes. Like the movie, It Follows, but without all the sex stuff, because you're 12, you-hoo. You'll hear echoes of the tortured cries he screamed as the high priestess wrapped him in bandages and buried him alive. He'll haunt your daydreams, too, and fill your nightmares. You won't be able to think a single thought without picturing him in his moment of death. You'll know his agony when... Okay, that's enough, you say, suddenly interrupting him. What do you want me to do? Go in, Muhammad says, and he points to the tomb. Yeah, see, Joni Easter. I figured at a certain point people would know that I was kidding about the It Follows. We caught on. All right, we do have a choice coming up. This was not an insta-death, as far as I can tell so far. So, the next person is April Loves Snakes. April Loves Snakes, are you still here? You are on deck for the next choice. No, it didn't say that. Of course it didn't reference the movie It Follows. It Follows came out in the 2010s, and this book came out in the 90s. April of Snakes wanted option 2. Okay. You enter the cool, dark tomb with Muhammad right behind you. He carries a torch to light the way. The passageway, a narrow corridor made of... corridor, I don't know. It sounds so stupid when I say it. I don't know why. I'm drinking for not being able to say the word corridor. Made of large stone blocks is creepy. You feel as if someone or something might jump out at you at any minute. You walk a few more steps forward and come to a place where the passageway splits into a fork. Or a Y! Yeah, I guess that's... Sure, okay. Which way, you ask? Follow your heart, Muhammad answers mysteriously. My heart, you think? Is that some kind of clue? Let's see. Your heart is on the left. Is that what he means? Oh my god. Yoo-hoo is the most literal child that's ever existed. I deeply enjoy this characterization. Okay. Let's see. Your heart is on the left. Is that what he means? Should you take the passage to the left? You peer down the left passageway and see nothing but darkness. A horrible, empty darkness, as if no one has ever returned from that path. Then you peer down the passageway to the right. It looks wider than the other one and brighter. It isn't nearly so dark. If you take the passageway to the left, turn to page 123. If you take the passageway to the right, turn to page 79. April of Snakes wanted us to do the second choice, so we will be going to the right. You decide to take the passageway to the right. At the end of the hall, you come to a large square burial chamber. Inside, by the light from Muhammad's torch, you see a stone platform where the mummy's coffin once rested. Now the mummy is in San Francisco. How'd that happen? On display, but other special objects that once belonged to King Buthermamen are still there. Again, zero research done. Zero. So this is the mummy's tomb, you ask quietly? Muhammad nods. Hey, what's that? You ask. You spot a hinged wooden box shaped like a serpent and painted gold. That is where the diary belongs, Muhammad says. Place it there. He's right. The diary fits in the box perfectly. Now I must leave you, Muhammad says. It is forbidden for me to stay in the king's tomb, but I give you this map and a small torch. He hands them to you. The light should last long enough. Sorry, I'm gonna fucking die here. He's like, I'm out. You already did what you were supposed to do anyway, but I'm leaving you here regardless. Here's a small torch. This guy's such a... I think Muhammad's a fuckboy, actually. I think that might be it. I'm so into him. Okay. I can fix him. Alright. He hands them to you. The light should last long enough for you to study the map. Not even long enough to get through the thing. Just to study the map. If you make the right choices, you will find your way back through the mystical portal to your land. It was the mummy's magic that brought you here, and the same magic can take you back. Good luck. He didn't let us go down the steps before, but suddenly he's an expert on mummy magic? Alright. Wait, you cry, but you're too late. Muhammad has bolted from the chamber. I'm going to scream. I'm picturing Sheik in Ocarina of Time. You know that one bit in the lava, in the fire temple, when you like are standing on the lava platform and you just see her kind of like... God, oh my god, that's so funny. I would just chase him. I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm 12. I just had to run the mile the other week. I'm in great shape. I'm gonna chase right at ya. Anyway, he's left. He's left us here. Naruto runs right out of there. It's so true. Okay. Muhammad runs away so fast that all you can hear is the fading sound of his sandals flip-flopping on the stone floor. This is the funniest mental image that has ever happened in Goosebumps. I am losing my shit. I'm trying my best to keep it together for you guys, but I'm losing my shit. Yeah, why would he be in sandals? What a great question. Then silence, a horrible stone-cold silence. We don't even think to chase after him. Yoo-hoo's very stupid. You have no time to waste. The torch isn't going to last long. You hold it up and peer at the map. It's a handwritten sketch. It's like, how good of a torch is it? Like, did he just give you a lit match? Like, what the fuck? All right. You hold it up and peer at the map. It's a handwritten sketch hand-drawn sketch. Jesus Christ. A handwritten sketch drawn on brown paper. Goose is on the computer now. He knows you are here for him, and he loves that, and he's here and appreciates you. Okay. All right. It's a handwritten sketch, whatever, drawn on brown paper. The edge is torn. This is a map? This jumble of lines? Where's the "you are here" sign? Oh my god, we are maybe the stupidest child that ever lived. We might be the stupidest child that ever lived. We are really wasting this free trip to Egypt. Egypt? Oh my god. We're wasting this free trip to Egypt. I'll say that much. Or maybe I won't, apparently. You need help. Yeah, definitely. Very much. But then you figure it out. The steps are those close together lines on the top left. The tomb is the box at the end of the angled hallway. And that other box, the one with the X in it, that's the elevator. The elevator in the pyramid building. You know because you've seen lots of maps that are marked the same way. The elevators are always marked with X's. And that's where you need to go if you're ever going to get back home. You've got a pencil in your pocket, so you take it out and write in the words steps, tomb, and elevator. I can't stress enough that this is only half the book. There's another half where presumably we hang out with our siblings and deal directly with the mummy. That's the other half. I assume that's the half where we take the journal back to our hotel room and not take it to the elevator to read it. But I just want to stress that, make that very clear. We have a whole other book to read after this. Turn to page 90 and study the map. 90. Oh, no. Keep your finger on this page so you can study the map, but turn to page 65. Map. I see where his anger comes from. I wouldn't call it a jumble of lines, but it's not exactly helpful. All right. We're turning to page 65, and I'm keeping my finger on the page just like RL suggested I do. All right, who's next? Actually, there's a choice coming up. You'll never guess what you have to do. I'm so sorry. War, are you still here? War, you are still here. War. Oh, no. All right. Okay. Oh, no, indeed. The light from your torch is dwindling. It's going to burn out soon. Quick, memorize the map and the path you need to take to reach the elevator. Remember, you're in the tomb right now. When you come out of the tomb, you'll need to make a choice at the first fork in the passageway. Which way, right or left? Then you'll have to make 3 more choices at forks or crossroads. Right or left? Don't worry about the places where the hallway simply bends or turns. You'll just follow it then. Your only problem is choosing what to do when you reach a fork in the path. You've got to memorize all 3 choices because when the torch burns out, you'll be walking in the dark. So do it now. Which way to the elevator from the tomb? Should you go left, then right, then straight? Or should you go left, then right, then left, then right? I'll show you the map one more time, but then you just got to decide. Follow your heart. It's on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, you have to pick now. First one or second one? It's your call. I don't know if you saw the map, but I hope you did. The second one. All right. I'm going to mark this page.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Erythrodysesthesia, I got it right again, I think, has tipped $39.21. Thank you so much. You are the tippy top. I am adding you to the queue. If I can spell your name, I'm gonna do it. Erythrodysesthesia. There we go. Excellent. And another goose for goose. Another kiss for goose. I think we're up to 4. 4? Yeah. Anyway. So the second one, 109. Nobody click on that link that Matt Stuck in the Moongoo actually gave us. I don't think it'll take you anywhere good. You stare at the map hard and decide to turn left, then right, then left, then right. I'm just marking the page. Sometimes I like knowing. I like finding out the deaths and stuff. Like, we're going to go back to other choices that clearly would have led to insta-death just to see how funny they would have been. We're going to know. A moment later, your torch sputters and goes out. You are stranded in the cold tomb of an ancient mummy, in the dark. Silence. You move a step forward, feeling your way along the wall. Left, right, you keep telling yourself. You chant the words over and over. Left, right, left, right. Very hard to remember that little sequence. I'm so glad we said it out loud so we would not forget. Your hand brushes against something slimy. Ew. You jerk your hand away. Do you dare touch the wall again? You don't have a choice. How will you find your way in the dark if you don't? Slowly, you reach one hand to the wall. Yuck. The stones are slippery with slime. You try not to think about what it might be. You hold your other hand out in front of you. You don't want to smack into anything in the dark. Finally, you come to the first fork. You turn left. Walk a little farther. Turn right. A little farther. Turn left. Now, if you remember the map correctly, you have just one more turn. Then it should be pretty easy from now on. Keep going. Turn the corner on page 26. The hallway turns a few more times, but there aren't any more choices. No more forks. Finally, you see a glimmer of light. Light? Where is it coming from? You turn the corner and spot the answer. The elevator! At last, you're in the basement of the pyramid building. Aren't you? You run to the elevator and push the up button over and over. You hope that if you press it harder, it'll come faster. Yeah, sure. Like that's ever worked. Oh my god. I don't think it is RL. I'm confident this is a ghostwriter, actually. At this point, I'm confident it's a ghostwriter. He used ghostwriters the most on the Give Yourself Goosebumps ones. And that's why I feel so confident in this. Also, because again, RL would have just straight up said the name of some fruity snacks, and this one didn't. That's my proof. Anyway, page 56. After that whole bit, oh my god. You press the up button 5 more times. Finally, you hear the familiar ding, the sound that means the elevator has arrived, or you found a plot hole in a movie. The doors open. Oh no! A scream rises in your throat, but it never escapes, and neither will you. There, standing in the elevator, is your old friend, the mummy. Your very old friend. War, you got us killed by a mummy! The mummy was mad when you stole his diary, but that was nothing compared to how he feels now. He hates trespassers, and you dare to enter his sacred burial chamber uninvited? Your visit to his tomb is about to come to a very unpleasant end, and so are you. When the mummy is done with you, you're going to need all those mummy bandages. The end. Damn, War, you're so bad at reading a map. I thought I was the worst one at reading a map here, but apparently it's War. All right, let's go the other way. So maybe we won't die. Great. Honestly, I love running into the insta-deaths. I think they're very funny. It's part of the joy of this, is getting killed. Yeah, exactly, Kindlewick. Like, he's right. Almost at once, the torch flickers out, but you don't care. You've made your decision. You're going left, right, straight. In the dark, you walk boldly forward, your arms outstretched at your sides. You run your fingertips along both walls as you go. Pretty soon, you feel the passageway begin to turn. You've come to your first choice. You turn left. You walk a little further and turn right. You keep walking. Suddenly, in the pitch darkness, you feel 2 hands on your face. Ah! You want to scream, but no sound comes out. Your voice is choked with fear. Boo! A voice says. Boo? Boo-hoo? The hand taps you again. You're it, the voice calls, then laughs. You recognize that laugh. It's your brother, Derek! You made it! You made it back to the pyramid building! Derek, what are you doing down here, you ask. Boy, are you gonna get it, he declares. Mom and Dad are really worried, and they're mad you left Susie all alone. Yeah, she's like 5. They have people searching the whole building for you. They sent me down here to the basement. Why would they send him to the basement and not an employee? All right, fucking Derek. You try to explain to Derek about the mummy, but he only laughs and shakes his head. Then he grabs you by the ear. He drags you through a door you hadn't seen before and up some stairs. He's right about your parents. They're really steamed. As far as you're concerned, this book might as well be titled Diary of a Mad Mommy. It referenced the title of the book again. Drink. True, we could have been gone forever. We walked from the pyramid to the Sphinx. You can forget about any more exploring. You're grounded for a month. The end. This is a happy ending. Okay, we're going to find one where we made the correct choice, and obviously the other one was an insta-death. and we're going to check it out. That, I think, was probably the best ending we can get on this thread. So we're going to, I remember there was one more where I feel pretty confident it would have been an insta-death. And it's the passageway one, taking the passageway to the left instead of the right. Okay, 123. I like to be thorough. I'm a completionist, what can I say? But only when it comes to Goosebumps books. You decide to take the passageway to the left. Bravely, you march down the oh-so-dark hall. You walk a few more steps before you realize that you are alone. Muhammad isn't following you anymore. Hey, stupid, Muhammad calls. Why did you go that way? He told me to follow my heart. Well, you answer him in your most reasonable tone of voice. You said to follow my heart, and my heart is on the left, so I thought, I said to follow your heart, Muhammad snorts. Instead, you are thinking too much with your head. Oh, so does he mean you should have gone the other way? Yes, stupid. And don't look surprised at being called that name again. You answered to it, didn't you? And then it tells you to turn to the other page, you fucking idiot. Like, it literally says, go back to page 15 and take the other passageway and we won't call you stupid anymore. Holy shit. See, this is why you always check everything. Because it's funny. Okay. Let's see what happens if we show the diary to the American. That's the last choice. I think that's one of the last choices we have before like two of the, I feel like, major splits. Okay, so we're going to show the diary to the American. The American looks like a nice guy. You think he's someone you can trust. And he might be able to help you get home. You decide to show him the diary. The American says, taking a magnifying glass from his suit pocket. He flips through the pages, studying them. Very interesting. I know he sounds like Derek, and that's a coincidence. Don't trust him, the Egyptian guard whispers in your ear. He's a thief. I heard that, and I certainly am not a thief, the American declares. My name is Webster MacArthur Woobley III, but just call me Webb. I'm a professor of ancient studies at Cairo University. And you are? You introduce yourself. Nice to meet you, Webb Woobley says. Can I buy you a glass of lemonade in town? Cairo's just a few miles from here, and I'd like to talk to you about obtaining this diary. Obtaining? As in buying it? Sounds good to you. Don't go with him, the Egyptian warns you. Last chance to change your mind. If you still trust Webb Woobley, turn to page 28. If you trust the Egyptian instead, turn to page 22. I feel like 22 just takes us to... Yeah, no, it just takes us to the other thread, so we're going to trust Webb Woobley. Okay. We got a kid named Yoo-Hoo, an adult man named Webb Woobley. They know that I've been drinking, and they're making it hard for me. And I'm going to drink because they feel resentful. You decide to trust Webb Woobley. He seems friendly, and with a name like that, how bad could he be? Besides, you like the sound of his offer. Lemonade and possibly big bucks for the diary. God, my camera really does not understand where my face is today. Like, I'm gonna lean forward. I don't know why I try so hard with my makeup when my camera's just gonna be like, I don't know, and fucking completely blown out. Whatever. Alright, lemonade and possibly money. You'll worry about getting home later. Your new American pal might be able to help you. A cool drink would be very refreshing. Oh wait, no, Webb Woobley says that, not us. A cool drink would be very refreshing. Webb Woobley says, wiping the sweat from his forehead. Let's go. He puts one hand up in the air as if he's hailing a taxi cab in New York City. Then he sticks two fingers in his mouth and whistles. Almost at once, a guy on a camel rides up. That cannot be how that works. I have done exactly as much research as the person who wrote this book, but that cannot be how that works. Almost at once, a guy on a camel rides up. I reread the thing that I already... Yeah, anyway. Yep, feels a little racist, yep. Need a lift, buddy? The camel driver asks. Yes, Webb Woobley says. Then he speaks a few words in Arabic to the camel driver, and pretty soon the camel kneels down. Climb up, Webb instructs you. You do, but as soon as you're seated on the camel, you start to feel guilty. You know you're not supposed to get in cars with strangers. Is getting on a camel so different? I think I'll get down, you start to say. Too late, Webb Woobly announces with a small laugh. Uh-oh. Never trust the American. Oh, we do have a choice coming up, so it's not an insta-death. I will say that much. Candy Wharf, you are next. You are on deck. Get ready to get your decision-making fucking together. Before you can protest, Webb Woobly climbs onto another camel. As soon as his camel starts walking, yours follows. Where are we going? You ask nervously. Suddenly, this doesn't seem like a great idea, especially since the camel isn't very comfortable to sit on, and boy does it stink. To Cairo, Webb replies. Slowly, the two of you make the bumpy 9-mile camel ride to the capital city of Egypt. Definitely, these are the only things they looked up. They, bought a book about Egypt. Or no, they didn't. They checked one out from the library, and they were like, Cairo is 9 miles from the pyramids. It's like a travel guide, and it's the capital of Egypt. And they were like, perfect. I include these things, and that is enough to convince people that I have done plenty of research about Egypt. When you arrive, Webb takes you to a small cafe on a busy street and orders you the promised glass of lemonade. I do love lemonade. God, I could go for some lemonade right now. Now, my young friend, Webb says, let's talk about the diary. How does $2,000 sound? I mean, well, how does it sound? If you like Webb's offer, take it on page 63. If you think you can get more, bargain with him on page 114. I will say these are $2,000 in 90s dollars, which is basically the equivalent of $200,000 today. However, we do know that the book is either a restaurant guide or a map to a lot of treasure, and either way, it's worth more than $2,000. So, Candy Wharf, it's your call. I'm going to drink a little bit. Think about lemonade. Haggle, you're right, that is fucking chump change, exactly. I mean, this is an economic boon at this point. You can afford more, my man. You're a professor. Oh, $2,000 would absolutely cover a lot of cat medical expenses, but what else? What else? Will it cover my Yoo-hoo isn't going to college. Yoo-hoo is going to follow his bliss for a while and then decide to live at home staring up at the ceiling for however long. I don't know. Yoo-hoo's an idiot. And I met a lot of stupid people when I went to college, but I don't think Yoo-hoo it would even occur to him to go to college. You know what I mean? Although, honestly, that's the smarter decision in retrospect. Fuck. Student loans. Jesus Christ. Maybe Yoo-hoo comes out on top here. Either way, he should take more money. $2,000, you say to Webb. You've got to be kidding. This diary must be worth a lot more than that. Webb's smile fades and he gives you an angry stare. Okay, he says grumpily. How about 4,000? You shake your head no. 8,000? Webb suggests. No. This is my last offer, Webb says. 20,000. $20,000? Is he serious? In the 90s, that's enough to buy a house. He's offering you that much money for the mummy's diary? It must be really valuable. Maybe it's worth millions. I'm glad this is the one time Yoo-hoo is being smart. You shake your head no. Webb says, narrowing his eyes. He glares at you as if he hates you. Then his expression changes. The lemonade has arrived. The Egyptian waiter sets a tall glass down in front of each of you. There's only one problem. His lemonade looks normal, but your lemonade is blue. Great. All right, who's our next? We have a lot of choices here, actually. This is a much more complex thread than I thought it would be. Our next person is Darth Credible Hulk. Darth Credible Hulk, you are on deck for the next choice that is coming up in just a moment. Webb glances at your glass of lemonade and smiles. Special Egyptian recipe, he says. I thought you might like it. It's sweeter this way. He leans back and waits for you to taste your drink first. He's being awfully polite. It's those southern manners. What do? You don't want to offend him by not accepting the drink. And you are really thirsty. You can feel sand in the back of your throat. But the lemonade is blue, and you're not so sure the lemonade should be blue. If you take a sip, turn to page 85. If you rudely reach across the table and take Webb's drink instead, turn to page 97. All right, Darth Credible Hulk. What should we do? The book is calling us rude if we do it, but it's clearly the right choice. So I don't know. Like, everything feels wrong here. There's no polite decline. You either drink his drink or you drink your drink. What about water? Has he asked for water at any point? He was so into it on the crocodile thread, and here he forgets it exists. Hey, Wrinkly Pikachu. Maybe we should go with the bad option first. Okay, which one's the bad option, would you say? The first one, if you take a sip? Or the second one, be rude. It's no greater crime. I need you to be specific. I don't want to do the wrong thing. Drink his poison lemonade. All right, 85. I turned right to it. Holy shit. Like, 85. I turned right to it. Absolutely wild. We did fall victim to one of the classic blunders. The other one is never get involved in a land war in Asia. Incredible. You take a sip of the lemonade. Are you nuts? Blue lemonade? I mean, come on. Who ever heard of blue lemonade? It could be poison. It could be sleeping pills. This is terrible. You shouldn't be wandering loose in Egypt if you can't be more careful than that. Well, no problem. You're not loose in Egypt anymore. You're out cold because whatever was in that lemonade has put you instantly to sleep. And when you wake up, the diary's gone. Of course, without the diary, you have no business being in this book, so close it immediately. And when you open it again, try to be more careful, please. The end. Hey, we didn't die, though. It wasn't a poison, really. It was, you know, we got roofied, but, like, with the most obvious roofie in the world. I can't believe he couldn't get a clear one. You know what? Like, that's okay. Again, RL and also RL's ghostwriters are frequently trying to teach children lessons. Don't accept rides from strangers. Don't accept drinks from strangers. Don't grab a diary if you're not prepared to take care of it. Okay. If you rudely reach across the table and take Webb's drink instead, turn to page 97. Let us see what happens. Hey, you're no fool. You aren't drinking any fucking lemonade. It actually says fucking. What's wrong? Webb says. Don't you want to try your lemonade? I'm sure it's much better now that I've sweetened it for you. You shake your head. I'm not thirsty, you declare. Webb Woobly eyes you carefully. There are certain flavors of Mike's Hard Lemonades that are blue, and there are also... Anyway, I think if it's blue, you can kind of assume there's alcohol in it. So either way, you shouldn't be drinking it. Yes, every book gets one F-bomb. Exactly, that makes it PG-13. Let's see. I'm not thirsty, blah, blah, blah. Webb Woobly eyes you carefully. Then he puts down the glass. A huge smile spreads across his face. Congratulations, he says. He reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a wallet. When he flips it open, you see his ID card. I'm from the FBI, he explains. Don't trust him! You've passed the test. Good job. I'm happy to inform you that you've been chosen to be part of a small team of kids who are going to help us catch international art treasure thieves. All it took was us knowing not to accept a drink from a stranger, and he was like, perfect, you're a spy kid now. He made Yoo-hoo a cop. That's so fucked up. Huh? You grunt? You feel totally confused. You passed the test, Webb repeats gleefully. You didn't drink the lemonade, which shows you have good sense and great instincts. You also have a good head for negotiating for valuable art treasures, I must add. I do, you ask? What's this guy talking about? You still look confused, so Webb explains it all to you. The diary you found on the floor in San Francisco, that was planted there by the FBI. When you went to the basement of the pyramid building, you found their fake version of the inside of a real pyramid. You thought you wandered through the basement and came out in Egypt, but you didn't, Webb tells you. We put a special sleeping gas in the air conditioning ducts. You fell asleep, and while you were out cold, we had you flown out to Egypt. Your parents knew about this, of course. You woke up in the real pyramid. You're everything. And didn't remember a thing. And the rest has been a test to see how you handle yourself in tough situations. Wow, you exclaim. Cool. So now I work for the FBI? Yup, Webb says. You even get to skip school for a whole year. Wowie zowie, you get to skip school for a whole year. They should just... Exactly, if anyone needs school, it's Yoo-hoo. And we'll even pay ya. Great. Congratulations. He raises his glass of lemonade in a toast. Thanks, you answer with a huge grin, picking up your own lemonade. Without thinking, you take a big swig. Oops. Remember how your lemonade was blue? There was sleeping potion in it. Oh well, you'll wake up soon, but they'll never let you be a secret agent now. Too bad you made a mistake when you were so close to a happy end. Yoo-hoo is canonically the dumbest child alive. I can't even believe it. So I feel like we've got a couple more post-its in here, other than where I think the big fork is. There's tunnel versus steps. We took the steps, and the other one's... Oh, if you like Webb's offer. That was the most recent one. If you like Webb's offer. Let's see. $2,000 for an old book you found on the floor? That sounds great. It's a deal then, Webb declares, his eyes twinkling. I only have $100 on me now, but I can get the rest by this afternoon. He pulls $100 out of his pocket and hands it to you. You like this guy. Meet me in the Moski, the old shopping bazaar. Yeah, they definitely just bought a travel guide for Cairo and then did not fucking do any more research. Anyway. In 2 hours, I'll give you the rest of the money then. And in the meantime, I'll take the diary with me for safekeeping. I don't know about that, you start to say. But before you can stop him, Webb grabs the diary. It was just sitting out on the table. Oh, someone crashed next to me. All right. Anyway, he slips it into his briefcase. Then he quickly walks out of the cafe and disappears into the crowd. He doesn't even wait for the lemonade. Fucked up. 2 hours later, you take a taxi to the Moski. It's an ancient part of Cairo, an open-air bazaar. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, because that sounds real, like they did pull it from a travel guide. If I am pronouncing it wrong and someone knows that, please correct me. I will pronounce it correctly. An open-air bazaar filled with traders and craftsmen selling gold, gems, silk, spices, ivory, and perfumes. Ivory? Okay, the list of things they're selling feels fucking racist, right? Gold, gems, silk, spices, ivory, and perfumes. You are in modern Cairo in a modern bazaar. Are you goddamn kidding me? Oh, Overlord Sailor, good night. I'm sorry, I was so upset about the racism that I did not see you were leaving. Thank you so much for hanging out. I like it's the year of our Lord 1994 here. Like, at the very least, they're selling, like, foodstuffs and, like, cute, like books and whatever. Like, it's, and clothing. Like, you know, a modern bazaar. Fucking, all right. Where's the store that sells nothing but nuts? That's what I want to know. There's in a modern bazaar, there's always a store that sells nothing but nuts. This person has never been to one in their fucking life. They're just picturing the one from Aladdin. Oh my god, they are. They are just picturing the one from Aladdin. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna drink. Oh boy. Yeah, I think we've established the writer didn't do their homework, Tony and Parker. Jesus. Okay. How is Webb gonna find you in this crowd? You wonder. You wait, growing hotter and more nervous every minute. A glow up. At least we've got that. You didn't like the way Webb disappeared with the diary earlier, and you don't like the way the high Egyptian sun beats down on you. 1 hour, 2 hours. By late afternoon, the truth sinks in. You've been set up. Webb's not coming. He stole your diary, and this whole meet me in the bazaar... Bazaar? Oh my god. Meet me in the bazaar thing was a trick. Bummer. Well, at least you made $100 out of the deal. That will certainly pay for a call home. You glance around trying to figure out where you can make an international phone call. Suddenly, an Arab man approaches you, leading a camel. Here, he mutters in a low voice with a thick accent. Take this camel and go. Your life is in great danger. There's a lot going on here that we're just gonna move past. Oh, we've got Oh, it's not a choice. It just looks like a choice. It's not a choice. Sorry to get you excited. Your life is in danger? Why? The wild, worried look in the Arab man's eyes tells you not to ask questions. You don't have time. He presses the camel's lead rope into your hands and repeats his warning. Go! Go where, you wonder as you mount the camel. And why me? You ride out of town as fast as you can. The farther away from the Muski you get, the better you feel. Except, is someone following you? Suddenly you're almost positive there's someone on your tail. There's absolutely no chance if you were in the middle of a fucking desert that you wouldn't see someone on your tail. Anyway, try a sneaky maneuver to get away. Turn to page 56, then 92, then 103, then 24, then back to 56 again. Don't read those pages, silly. Just turn to them. Maybe that will confuse whoever's following you. Then sneak over to page 52. This is just where we're going to go directly. And see if you lost them. Let's find out together. Nope, you haven't lost them. 2 guys are still following you. On donkeys. You can see them clearly now. One of them is dressed in a black suit, black shirt, and white tie, and he's sitting on a donkey, genuinely a treasure of a mental image. This part's fucked up. Like an American gangster. The other is wearing a long Arab-style robe. Oh my god. This specific part sucks, actually. This is the part that's fucked up, actually. Yeah, this is the fucked up part. Yeah. What do they want? Why won't they leave you alone? You ride deeper into the desert, trying to escape. The hot sun bears down on you, but as night falls, the temperature drops to 20 degrees. You shiver, and your teeth chatter. But you keep riding. Give up! The airman calls to you from his donkey. Never, you shout back. Never! You asked for it, the American gangster yells. With that, he rides up beside your camel, leaps at you, and knocks you to the ground. Then he grabs the lead rope for your camel, climbs back onto his donkey, and rides off, leaving you for the buzzards. All that for a camel? That's all they wanted? You never knew that camels were so valuable. Guess now you do. Now that you're stuck with that one in the middle of the desert, you've been ripped off twice today. Don't you think that's enough? Maybe you should just start over. Keep your eyes open this time. The end. Boy, howdy. That was a rough one. I was, when this book got picked, I was more than slightly worried we would encounter more than slight amounts of racism, but that ending genuinely felt so... Like, from the moment they were like, they're selling gold and gems at the bazaar. It's like, oh no. It went very downhill from there. Okay. We're back to what feels like 2 major choices. Take the tunnel versus the steps, and take the diary home versus take it to the elevator. Tunnel versus the steps is still on our same plot thread. So let's see what happens there. Oh boy, I ripped a bunch of stuff. Oh no. All right, take the tunnel, page 70, because we took the steps last time. Well, we finished a significant portion of the book. Good for us. Yeah, we're not going to find out what Derek's whole deal is until we take the book to the hotel, for sure. On the bright side, based on the choice I'm looking at right here, I don't think it's going to be a problem. It's also not a real choice, so whoever's next, don't worry. You'll get a real choice. You decide to explore the tunnel. You step into it and start to climb up its gentle slope. There are no gentle slopes in San Francisco, it's a lie. Almost immediately, you feel a draft. There's a weird chill in the air. Where is it coming from? Maybe the tunnel leads directly outside, you think? But then the tunnel twists sharply and starts sloping downward. You keep walking, even though the light is getting dimmer. You've gone this far, might as well discover where it leads. A few more steps downward and... ouch! Your shoulders scrape against the walls. The tunnel's getting even narrower, you notice. In fact, soon enough, the tunnel is so narrow, you have to turn sideways to fit through. And what's that funny smell? It smells like burning rubber or something. It makes your nose tingle and your throat feel tight. Suddenly, exploring doesn't seem like such a good idea. In fact, you're beginning to think it's all a big mistake. But you hate to chicken out of an adventure. How dangerous can the basement of an office building be? And then it's like, if you keep going, turn to page 93, but if you turn back, scurry to the stone steps on page 83, and I am pretty sure... Yeah, no, that just takes you to the steps. Exactly. So it's not a real choice. Okay, 93. Hey, good for you. You've got a great spirit of adventure. There's only one pitfall with that kind of attitude. You never know when you're going to stumble into something bad. Did we say pitfall? Did we say stumble? You take 2 more steps and your foot suddenly gets caught in a small crack in the floor. You stumble forward and fall. Ah! You scream as you find yourself falling into a pit 100 feet deep. You finally land on the bottom. At least you land on something soft, but then you start to sink. Thick, warm ooze covers your body, sucking you under. The ooze grows warmer and warmer. Now it's burning hot, scorching your skin. You realize the ooze is tar. Burning hot tar! You learned about tar pits in school. That's where archaeologists found the remains of cavemen and dinosaurs. The hot tar coats the body and preserves the bones. Congratulations, you're saved. For the next 1,000 years at least. Yeah, 100 feet would kill you, regardless of what you landed on. Tar, especially, like you're just landing on surface tension. You would die. It doesn't matter. You died either way. So, okay. We're going to go into the new thread. We have a lot of people whose choices matter. But before we do that, I'm going to take a restroom break due to being a human being. I will be back so soon. Please don't do any crimes while I'm gone. I hate to be left out of the fun. All right. BRB.
The Shuttered Room. 1. At dusk, the wild, lonely country guarding the approaches to the village of Dunwich in north-central Massachusetts seems more desolate and forbidding than it ever does by day. Twilight lends the barren fields and domed hills a strangeness that sets them apart from the country around that area. It brings to everything a kind of sentient, watchful animosity, to the ancient trees, to the briar-bordered stone walls pressing close upon the dusty road, to the low marshes with their myriads of fireflies and their incessantly calling whippoorwills, vying with the muttering of frogs and the shrill songs of toads, to the sinuous windings of the upper reaches of the Miskatonic, flowing among the dark hills seaward, all of which seem to close in upon the traveler as if intent upon holding him fast beyond all escape. On his way to Dunwich, Abner Whately felt all this again, as once in childhood he had felt it, and run screaming in terror to beg his mother to take him away from Dunwich to grandfather Luther Whately. So many years ago, he had lost count of them. It was curious that the country should affect him so, pushing through all the years he had lived since then. The years at the Sorbonne, in Cairo, in London, pushing through all the learning he had assimilated since those early visits to grim old grandfather Whately in his ancient house, attached to the mill along the Miskatonic, the country of his childhood, coming back now out of the mists of time, as were it but yesterday that he had visited his kinfolk. but nothing could erase that final cataclysmic knowledge seared into his mind, a key to which he had had all along and not known it, the knowledge implicit in his own memories, as well as in the notes Luther Wakely had left. Chunks of raw meat he had childishly supposed were going to be prepared on Ceres' moon, instead of to be eaten raw, in reference to R, who had come back at last after having escaped back to the only home R knew. The seemingly unrelated reference is also in his grandfather's hand to missing cows, sheep, and the remains of other animals, the hideous suggestion clearly defined now in those entries of Luther Wakely's about R's size commensurate with the amount of food, and he must be kept on a careful diet and to a controllable size, like the Innsmouth people, controlled to nothingness after Sarah's death, with Luther hoping that foodless confinement might shrivel the thing in the shuttered room and kill it beyond revival, despite the doubt that had led him to adjure Abner to kill everything in it that lives. The thing Abner had unwittingly liberated when he broke the pane and kicked out the shutters, liberated to seek its own food and its hellish growth again, at first with fish from the Miskatonic, then with small animals, then cattle, and at last human beings, the thing that was half batrachian, half human, but human enough to come back to the only home it had ever known, and to cry out in terror for its mother in the face of the fatal Holocaust, the thing that had been born to the unblessed union of Sarah Wakely and Ralsa Marsh, spawn of tainted and degenerate.
There's something wrong with me. I have the ability to kill.
We're afraid you might laugh at us.
I'm not laughing.
What is the purpose of this autopsy?
You believe a monster lurks in each of us.
Hi, I'm back. I put a little more lipstick on so that my camera recognizes that I'm a face. Fucking sexist. Okay. Also, by the way, just an FYI, the music we were listening to is here. I just want to make sure everyone knows that because it's good. I don't like that the donation list doesn't share previous ones. Let me see if I can fix that because I feel like people deserve to have their stuff still up there. Hold on. If I keep the events history, what does that do? That doesn't. Oh, there we go. Great. That looks a lot better. Because the other way it made it look like no one was donating. It's like that's exactly the opposite of true. And I just want to keep people up there. Hello. Thank you so much. I'm so proud to have a face. It's so nice to be here. Okay, we're going into the next half of the book now, where presumably we'll get to hang out with our obnoxious younger sibling and our older sibling who wants nothing to do with us. A classic Goosebumps trio. All right. I want to not... Okay, there we go. Oh, it was just like clicked in a weird place. All right, we're going to come back tonight on page 20. Thank you so much, Darth Credible Hulk, but what I'm going for is picked up by camera as opposed to more attractive. Jiminy's Journal, I've tried, honestly, like Streamlabs has obviously been like trending recently for bad reasons, and I want to switch to something else because of those bad reasons. But frankly, I would want to switch to something else anyway because a lot of their widgets don't specifically work for what I need, and I'd like to find an OBS that does. But then also it turns out that they're like a shitty company. So, but it's just a lot of work to switch from like one OBS to another because like I have the whole setup and everything. But please know, everyone, that I'm trying to not be on Streamlabs anymore. Just throwing that out there, just an FYI. I just have a lot of shit in here and it's like I have to redo all of it. So it's going to take time for it to look good. Okay. Anyway. A dead mummy coming alive again? You want to see that? You hold the diary hidden inside your shirt and look around for Susie. Coming, mother, you say, like that for some reason. Yeah, no, Readworm, it is. Like, it was, like, trending. It, like, stole a bunch of copy from another company, and they were like, hey, what the fuck? And then everyone was, like, pointing out a bunch of other shitty things they've done, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, like, fucking go to a different place then, I guess. I do use entirely practical effects. I've built this whole set. There's like, these are this and that. It's cardboard. So realistic, right? It's been a bitch getting the donation queue updated. You'd think I'd be better at it. Anyway, coming mother, you say, for some reason. You'll come back tonight and find out if what the diary says is really true. See you later, you whisper to the mummy. He looks completely dead to you, but you know you saw his arm move. You keep the diary hidden in your shirt during dinner in Chinatown. Jesus Christ, you can't... Okay, there must... You must... Okay, whatever. Fine. Do you not have a backpack? Okay, whatever. You never get a chance to read it. Back at the hotel, Susie is hungry again. She insists on ordering from room service, but they never show up. She wants to stay up waiting, but eventually your parents make you all go to bed. Finally, when everyone else is asleep, you sneak out of the hotel. The cool, foggy night air makes you shiver as you walk 2 blocks to the Pyramid Building. The streets are empty at this time of night. They are not. When you reach the building, you slip in through the open front door and find the lobby guard asleep. Uh-oh, that sucks. Shouldn't do that. He's sitting on a stool slumped over a tall reception desk. A small light on his desk gives the cavernous lobby an eerie glow. That guy's getting fired. You step past the guard toward the displays in the center of the lobby. After a minute, your eyes adjust to the dim light. Then you spot it and gasp! The glass case holding the mummy is broken. The mummy is gone! Ah! Ah! You stare at the display case. Your hands are clammy. Your heart beats faster. Oh, we've got a choice coming up. Who do we have next? Just want to keep everyone alert and aware. Was Darth Credible Hulk the last person who made a choice? I just want to check in and make sure that we don't skip anyone. It's very important to me that everyone is appreciated properly for all of their kindness and wonderfulness. I'm going to keep reading. Let me know if Darth Credible Hulk is the last person who made a choice. You made a deliberately bad choice. Right. Okay. So the next person on deck is Frank Scenario. So get ready. All right. You stare at the display case. Your hands are clammy. Your heart beats faster. You can't believe it. Has the mummy really escaped? All the other glass cases are fine. There's a fancy golden throne in one, a large feather-shaped fan in another. Only the mummy display case is broken. Only the mummy is gone. You missed it. You're too late. Broken glass litters the floor at your feet. It seems as if the mummy practically exploded out of his case. Slowly, you inch closer. You glance down, avoiding the glass. That's when you spot it. A trail of old cloth bandages. Whoa! Not just one either, a whole bunch of them. It took us looking very closely to see that. Yoo-hoo in this thread is still incredibly stupid. You know this is crazy, but it looks as if the mummy unwrapped himself as he ran away. You can't see the bandages very well in the dark, so you bend over to pick one up. But something stops you. A noise. Someone is coming from the far side of the lobby. You'd better get out of there. Fast! If you pick up the bandage, turn to page 51. If you think you'd better run, turn to page 18. What's it gonna be, Frank Scenario? Make your choice. Make your choice. Unless you're gone, then don't make your choice, and we'll just move on to the next person. Frank Scenario, you're here. First choice. Fantastic. We're gonna pick up the bandage, and we're gonna mark the page. In case. All right, 51. You'll hide as soon as you get a better look at those bandages. Priorities. Your hand shakes as you bend down to pick up a long piece of cloth. It's so old and thin and gauzy. People describe me this way as well. Can this really be a bandage that wrapped up the mummy? Almost in a trance, you stare at the ancient fabric in your hands. Your eyes glaze over. All you can think about is the mummy. Out there. Somewhere. Alive. Ah. When you snap out of the daydream, you hear the footsteps again. You glance up and peer into the dark corners of the lobby. You spot a shadow moving. Uh-oh, time to hide. You try to drop the cloth, but for some reason you can't seem to let it go. You glance down and gasp. Somehow the bandage has wrapped itself around your hand and around your arm. It's wrapping up your whole body. Turn to page 69. Nice. Terrified, you claw the bandages with both hands. You tear at them, trying to pull them away from your arms, your neck. But now, your hands are wrapped up, both of them. It's as if you're wearing gauze mittens. You can't grip the cloth. The harder you try to pull the bandages away, the more tightly they encircle you. You gaze down at your legs. Oh no, they're wrapped up too! In fact, your whole body is completely bandaged. Like a mummy! No! You want to scream, but the sound won't come out. Then you hear a scuffling sound again. An instant later, a figure steps in.
Gotta have 'em. Worm doodle.
That scared the shit out of me! Darth Credible Hulk, thank you for the 69 bits. You are a bit of the best. Oh my god, I just jumped out of my skin. Fuck. I was like, you know, we haven't had any notifications for an hour, and then it was like I forgot, and I was like, all right, I'm good. We're gonna keep reading. All right. All right, like a mummy. No, you want to scream, but the sound won't come out. Then you hear a scuffling sound. An instant later, a figure steps out of the shadows. You gasp and stumble back. It's the mummy. You stare in horror at his... You stare in horror at his brown and leathery, dried, shrunken body. Then he starts to walk toward you. Find out what he wants on page 82. This can't be happening, your brain screams. The diary can't be true. A mummy can't come back to life. Not after being dead for 4,000 years. But he is, and he's headed straight toward you. His nose is a pointed bump on his hard, brown leather face. His eye sockets have no eyeballs. They're just big, gaping pits. His mouth is open in a hideous half-smile, half-scream. He's so tiny, you think, about your height, but much thinner, bonier. So horrible, but so small. For just an instant, you feel sorry for him, until you realize he's coming closer. Closer. Before you know it, he reaches out and touches your face. A sudden jolt flows through you, like an electrical shock. Then the mummy pulls his hand away. Your heart nearly stops as you watch what's happening. The mummy begins to transform into you. Okay, this is honestly this part's creepy. I'm gonna drink. I think this is the best creepiness they've done so far. All right, continuing. Try to stop trembling as you turn to page 94. I can't! I would if I could! The mummy's leathery face softens and then fills out. His dried skin becomes fleshy and alive. Hey, that's your face. Not only that, he's even wearing your clothes. Then he turns and runs away. Your face and body start to tingle. Something's happening. Something horrible. You grab and claw at the bandages that wrap you tightly. Under the bandages, you can feel your flesh shriveling and drying, as if you've been sitting in an oven for 4,000 years. It's the bandages, you realize. The bandages are doing something to your skin. Yeah, it's definitely the bandages and not the magic. All right. Is this an 8-hour stream? No, I'm just gonna finish the book. I want to make sure everyone in the choice queue gets to make their choice. Like, everyone is appreciated for everything they've done, and I want to make sure everyone gets their choice. But we have been going for nearly 3 hours, but it's fine. We did just start this thread. It's fine. It might be an 8-hour stream. Oh no. You notice a loose end of cloth dangling from a long bandage. You yank it and the cloth around your head begins to unwind. You have to see what's happened to you. You race toward the elevators, frantically unwrapping as you go. You gaze into the polished chrome elevator doors. No! Your heart pounds in terror when you see your reflection. Your face, it's brown and leathery. Your skin is dried and shrunken. Your mouth is a gaping hole. You've turned into a mummy! I hope they return you to Egypt where you belong. Oh my god, there's a choice coming up. Hold up. This is somehow not an insta-death. Lucian Sadie, are you still here? And am I pronouncing your name right? Because you are next in the choice queue. The room spins. You struggle to keep from fainting. This can't be happening. But one more look in the chrome-mirrored elevator door convinces you. It's happening. You're a mummy. At first, you are too terrified to think. Actually, if you're not wrapped up in bandages, you're just a zombie. I'm just going to throw that out there. DZ Horden, thank you for the follow. Everyone say hello to our new friend and to Gregory Stomp the Stomping Yoshi, who stomp upon our choices and our hearts. All right. At first, you are too terrified to think. You just stand there in the lobby, stunned. Then you hear the sleeping guard start to move. Uh-oh, he's waking up. You don't want to face him or anyone looking like this. Quickly, you come up with a plan. You've got to make it back to the hotel. Maybe your family can help. But that means walking through the streets. You'd have to take your chances and hope that no one spots you. A living mummy. Then again, you could try to unwrap the horrible mummy bandages right now. Maybe if you get them off, you'll change back into yourself again. What should you do? If you go back to the hotel, turn to page 47. If you unwrap yourself, turn to page 115. All right, is our friend, whose name I probably mispronounced, Lucy and Sadie, still here? You are here. Great. Unwrap. Fantastic. Let's unwrap these bandages. Page 115. You need to get these bandages off, and you have to hurry. That guard is going to wake up any second. I'm saying it right? Oh, fantastic! Oh, thank you so much for the well wishes for the cats. They are actually much, much better. We are just retroactively dealing with horrifying vet bills. But they were playing all this morning, and it was so nice. It's like the first time they've romped together in 3 weeks. And it was, I almost cried. I was so happy that they were just feeling better. And like, I just care about them so much. All right. Frantically, you claw at the bandages around your neck. Around and around you go, unwrapping one piece at a time. Some bandages are long, flimsy pieces. Others are short little scraps of cloth. As each one comes loose, you let it... That doesn't seem right. Okay, whatever. As each one comes loose, you let it drop on the marble floor at your feet. Finally, you reach the last layer of bandages. Slowly, you peel away the thin cloth that covers your skin. Skin? No, that's not skin under there. That's ancient mummified flesh. It's as hard as football leather, as brown as beef jerky, as wrinkled as a 60-year-old prune. You whirl around and come face to face with your own image in the mirrored elevator doors. What do you see? Turn to page 77. No! Yeah, skin, exactly, Jiminy's Journal, exactly. Unwrapping the bandages didn't work. Unwrapping the bandages didn't do shit. You're still a mummy. Your screams are so loud they awaken the sleeping guard, the one who's been snoring at his desk until now. Startled, he whips around and lumbers over to where you're standing. Yowza! The guard cries out upon seeing a zombie. What the? The guard is a pot-bellied guy with red veins on his nose. Instantly, he reaches toward the side of his belt to the place where a holster would be. Oh, God. No, you think, please don't shoot me. I don't want to die. You start to duck, but he pulls out a walkie-talkie instead of a gun. That's good. I'm glad museum security isn't equipped with guns. Yeah, veins on his nose. You know, where veins go. Yeah, I'm going to drink for that, actually. That's wild. All right. He pushes the button and speaks into it. George, come quick. We've got trouble, the guard shouts. Then he moves toward you. He looks kind of scared. He raises his fist. No, wait, you try to say. I'm just a kid. Your lips form the words, but your voice doesn't work. No sound comes out. You can't talk. Oh, no. The other guard, the one named George, runs through the marble lobby and lunges at you from behind. His arms encircle you. A wild decision-making choice from George. Oh, we've got 69 viewers again. Nice. His arms encircle you. At the same time, the first guard grabs your legs. No, you try to scream again, but in the last few moments, your transformation into a mummy has become complete. Your vocal cords have hardened into dry sticks. They won't move. Suddenly, the terrible truth hits you. To all the world, you are a mummy, not a kid. You are a living mummy, a freak of nature, something to be feared and destroyed. You struggle against the guards, flailing your arms wildly. You kick your dry, brown legs at George's shins. Desperate to escape, you twist your small, leathery body, hoping to slip free. But you're no match for the guards. They are swift and powerful. They lift you off the floor. I guess compared to you, a dead body. They lift you off the floor, carry you toward the mummy sarcophagus, and stuff you inside. Again, a wild choice. Again, wild. Like, they should destroy it. He's right, they should destroy it. Like, they don't know. They should destroy it. Oh my God, we have a choice coming up, and this one requires some prop work. So, Jiminy's Journal, get a coin ready. George holds you down while the other guard closes the sarcophagus lid. Tight. Help, you want to scream as the darkness closes in on you. Then you're thrown against the side of the sarcophagus. The guards have lifted you up onto their shoulders and are carrying you somewhere. At first, you bang on the sarcophagus lid with both fists. Let me out, you silently scream. Then you lie very still and listen. From the guards' muffled conversation, you figure out what's happening. They're carrying the wooden mummy case to a car and loading it into the trunk. What kind of a trunk would fit a sarcophagus? What kind of car do these guys drive? Anyway. All right, George is about to speak, and I'm going to take a wild swing at his accent, okay? Now what? Great. George asks the other guard. Now we take him back to the museum, the other guy replies. No way, you hear George exclaim. Are you kidding? We've got a living mummy here. We could make a fortune. From inside the sarcophagus, you hear the other guy mumbling something. George answers back. It sounds like they're arguing. You hear George exclaim, okay, we'll flip a coin for it. Heads, you win. Tails, we do what I say. Uh-oh, your life depends on the flip of a coin. All right, flip a coin. If it comes up heads, turn to page 67. And if it's tails, turn to page 17. Jiminy's Journal, are you still here? And do you have a coin ready? This is important. I'm gonna do a little drink. You don't have a coin ready. That's okay. Just pick which one then. First or second. That's kind of like a coin flip because I don't remember which is which. Or go to a coin flipping website. There are so many ways that we can figure this out. Roll a d20. If it's above 10, it's heads, and if it's below 10, it's tails. A d2. It's just a line. D&D Beyond hasn't added it yet, but I'll suggest it at the next meeting. It's your choice, though, Jiminy's Journal. You figure out how you want to make this decision, and then you make it. Because we gotta go. I'm gonna drink more of this. Having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. I'm having fun. No, CJ, not inclusive. Tails! Alright, great. It is tails. Thank you, Jiminy's Journal. You did good work there. Page 17. The guard flips a coin and it comes up tails. Good, George says. I win. Now, listen to me. Listen to moi. You listen, too, from inside your mummy case in the trunk. But you can't hear a thing. And a moment later, George slams the trunk shut and the car takes off. Whoa! You want to cry as you feel the car zooming up and down the famous San Francisco hills. Your stomach would be turning over right now, if you had one. The hills are so steep. Jiminy's Journal, how did you decide it? Now I'm curious. What do you mean a tape measure? All right. George drives like a maniac. You can hear the tires squeal around the corners as he makes sharp turns. Finally, the car slows down and eases to a stop. Where are we, you wonder? You hear a foghorn and the sound of water lapping at the side of a pier. A D2 would just be a coin. You tossed a tape measure. That's very funny. You hear a foghorn and the sound of water lapping at the sides of a pier. You figure you must be near a dock. You can almost smell, you must be on the Embarcadero, I guess. You can almost smell the salty air from inside the wooden case. Why would they bring me to a pier, you wonder? Then you get a sinking feeling. Get it? 'Cause boats. Suddenly, you hear the trunk of the car open. Someone's lifting you out. Your stiff, mummified body slides forward in the wooden sarcophagus. You bump your head. Ow, you think. Great, we can still feel pain. Awesome. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Venez avec moi. Whatever. George whispers loudly. The boat's about to leave. I can't remember how to say hurry up, so I'm just going to say, come with me. The boat's about to leave. Help me get this heavy coffin on board. On board, you think? Where are they taking me? Bump. Slam. Oomph. Your body crashes against the walls of the mummy case. Slapping first. Oh, vite, vite. Yes, thank you, Darth Credible Hulk. Thank you. God, my French teacher is probably mad. No, she's a nice lady. She wouldn't be mad at me. Vite, vite. There we go. I remember venez avec moi. That's pretty good. That's a more complex sentence. God. Your body crashes against the walls of the mummy case, slapping first to one side and then the other. Ow. Suddenly, you begin to feel dizzy, lightheaded, strange all over. What's going on? Maybe we are dead and we have a concussion. Both. Maybe all this slamming is getting to you, you think? Yeah, maybe all the slamming is getting to you. Great point. Great point. Let's see. Put it down there, a deep voice suddenly commands. Let's see this living mummy you've told me about. It's a new voice, someone you haven't heard before. Kabump! The two guards drop the sarcophagus with a heavy thud. Then someone lifts the lid and peers inside. Light streams in on you. Hey, what's happening to him? The man with the deep voice cries. He smells rotten. There's no way he smells rotten because he was embalmed. So that's like the whole point. Fucking hell. Wait. I just turned to the next page. I forgot how the book works. Oh my god. Alright, we have another choice coming up, and it's more prop work. King Wasabi, are you still here? I know you were saying you were having troubles with your Wi-Fi. If you're still here, grab a coin. Or some equivalent. And I think Tori is after that, but I haven't seen Tori in a minute, so I'm not sure Tori's still here. Tori, if you're still here, say something. I'm going down the list. The next few people are King Wasabi, Tori, Just Fine, Sunshine, and Gast Guardian. I think the only one I've seen a lot recently is Gast Guardian. So if you're on that list and you're still here, say you are here. And get a coin. The three men lean closer and peer into your sarcophagus. Yowza! The other guard yells. He's starting to rat. No, you think, but it's true. Your ancient mummified body, or a tape measure, good point, Jiminy's Journal. Your ancient mummified body is turning to mush. Your face is losing its shape. Your hollow, ancient eyes are caving in, leaving huge holes in your face. Thank you, Guest Guardian. I knew you were here. I knew it. No wonder you feel so weak. It's the salt air. Sorry, it's the salt air. The man with the deep voice cries. No, that's healing, actually. His eyes open in horror as pieces of your body begin to fall away. Without bandages to protect you from the fog and salty air, the dried flesh is molding and breaking down. What should we do with him? We can't. What? Nope, nope. All right, hold on. What should we do with... No. What should we do avec Louis? There we go. George asks, holding his nose. He's no good to us now, the man with the deep voice answers. We've got to get rid of him. No, the other guard insists. I say we take him back to the museum. Flip a coin, George declares. That's the only way George decides anything. That's how we'll decide. Oh, no, you think? Not another coin. Flip a coin. If it's heads, turn to page 35. If it's tails, turn to page 27. Guest Guardian, do you have a coin? Heads. Fantastic. They asked us to flip heads or tails without saying which one is heads or tails, which is very funny of them, actually. The man with the deep voice flips a coin. It's heads. Okay, take him back to the museum. The man agrees, but do it now. We sail in 2 minutes. Get him off my ship. Clumsily, the two guards toss the lid back on the sarcophagus and haul you off the ship. An hour later, you arrive at the San Francisco Fine Arts Museum. You're a fine art now. They hand you over to Marvin Deneely, the museum director who's in charge of the Egyptian collections. Okay, alright, we got a brand new person. Fuck. What have you done to him? Marvin shouts when he glances in the wooden sarcophagus. My beautiful mummy! He's a mess! I'm not really a mummy, you want to cry. I'm a kid! With your body rotting away, you can't even manage to sit up. Pieces of your old, hard flesh fall off in chunks. It makes you weak and dizzy. You lie still in your sarcophagus, too tired to even cry. Relatable. Get out! Marvin yells at the guards, sending them away. He lifts your rotting body out of the mummy case, gently and carefully. He grabs a handful of gauze rolls from a drawer, and then he starts wrapping you up again. Yes, you think. The gauze feels cool and clean. As soon as the bandages touch your skin, you begin to feel better, more alive. He's saving you. Yes, the bandages are what makes the mummy stay mummified, and not the embalming process. You're absolutely right, book. You got it. You feel your strength return. You sit up and look Marvin in the eye. He doesn't even flinch. It's as if he expected you to be alive. You move your hand, pretending to write something, and he calmly hands you a pencil and paper. I'm a kid, you write frantically. The mummy traded places with me and then escaped. He stole my body. Jesus, we're writing an essay here. You have to help me. I have to get back to my family. Marvin reads the note over your shoulder and sighs. I know, he says. I know. He knows. That's fantastic, you think. Maybe he knows how to change you back into a kid again. Let's find out what else Marvin knows on page 89. Marvin nods toward the corner of the room. For the first time, you look around. You're in a huge museum storage room. And there are other mummies, too, not far from you. They're lying on tables in the far corner. The others are always Sorry. The others are always saying the same thing, Marvin explains, pretending they have families to get to. I can't leave them alone for a minute. They try to escape. I wouldn't be a very good museum director if I let all my mummies go, would I? What's he talking about? Are the other mummies alive too? At least we have friends now. Is he not going to let you go? Great timing. Symbolera10, thank you for the follow. Everyone say hello to our new friend, and to Gregory Stomp the Stomping Yoshi, who stomp upon our choices and our hearts. You're an important artifact from ancient Egypt, he adds. A major addition to our collection, whom we should send back to ancient Egypt if we think that. Fuck. You'll understand if I have to keep you under lock and key. He's carrying you over to a storage locker, a big one in the far corner. He's putting you in it. Wait a minute, you thought he was going to help. You move your hand up and down like mad, pretending to write, hoping he'll give you a pencil and paper again. Don't worry, he adds as he swings the locker door shut. You'll get to see your family again someday. We'll send them tickets to the exhibition. The end. Wait, so does he believe us or not? Because he was like, they're all lying and saying they have families. Then he was like, you do have families. I remember who they are. I'm going to send them tickets. Yeah. Okay. That went great. Toy Story 2 is a wonderful movie. All right. We have a couple where the coin toss determined what we would do. So let's see what happens in the second coin toss. We're going to move backwards. So the second coin toss came up heads, so we're going to go tails. Page 27. They flip a coin. Tails, George declares. Le cul. Uh-oh, big trouble. Major bummer. Toss him overboard. Sorry, that wasn't deep enough. Sorry, toss him overboard. The man with the deep voice orders, and get it over with. Those are the last words you ever hear. A second later, George and the other guard fling you over the side of the boat. The chilly water soaks into you. You start to sink. You never could swim, even as a kid, but that's not the worst part. The worst part is that these coastal waters are shark infested, and as it turns out, mummies make great fish food. This is the end. This is genuinely a better ending than the other one. Like, I'd rather get eaten quickly by a shark than live forever in a storage locker. Bye, Lucy and Sadie. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the tip. It was awesome having you here. So, okay, I honestly would prefer getting eaten by sharks. All right, previous coin flip to that. That one came up tails, so let's see heads. You flip a coin, it comes up heads. Or it would have come up heads. Unfortunately, the coin that George flipped was one of those tricky two-sided coins. All coins are two-sided. Both sides were tails. That's what they meant. It didn't have a head side. Of course, that's why he was so eager to flip a coin in the first place, which means you're out of luck. If you want to continue reading the story, keep flipping a coin until it comes up tails. Then turn to page 17. Fucking ridiculous. Great. But you know what? Honestly, that leaves us with 2 major choices left. Which is good, because we've got 3 people here to still make choices, and I want to make sure we get to everybody. So, the one before that was pick up the bandage versus better run. So let's say we better run, because we picked up the bandage last time. Oh shit, we've already got a choice coming up. Our next person is War. War, are you still here? I know it's getting kind of late for you. The guard could be making the noise, or it could be the mummy. Either way, you don't want to be found. Hide. Fast! You dash across the lobby and dart behind a pillar. Scrape. Scrape. War wanted the worst possible choice. We can do that. It sounds as if someone is dragging his feet across the floor, and whoever it is still headed your way. Who could it be? You are halfway to the exit. Your knees tremble with fear, but you can't help being curious. You have to make a decision. If you stay to find out who it is, turn to page 45. If you leave now and go back to the hotel, turn to page 88. I literally don't know which one of these is worse. Oh, I wrote down Apo, but like, I know it was short for something. Oh, it was like a Pontius. Oh my God. Are you still here? I'm gonna scroll and make sure I'm right about that. I don't want to feel bad. I hate feeling bad when people have been so fucking kind to me. Okay. Erythrodysesthesia. Are you still here? You're the next person on the list. I need you to decide which one is here. Which one it is. If not, I can just do it, but I want to at least finish this thread. Obviously, there it is. What were the choices again? Stay to find out who it is, or leave now and go back to the hotel. Erythrodysesthesia. I don't want to get it wrong after I got it right so many times. What do you think? Because honestly, at this point, both of them sound bad. We're not mummified yet, just to be clear, though. We got mummified in the last one, but we haven't been mummified yet on this one. Let's say we're really good at getting kidnapped. What a great choice. You're honestly so right. Let's stay and find out who it is. Page 45. You decide to stay hidden behind the pillar. You want to find out if it's the mummy. You have to see if the mummy really came back to life. Scrape. Scrape. The footsteps sound nearer. Nearer. You can't stand it anymore. You peek your head around the corner. The figure steps into the dim light of the hall. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. The figure steps in... I'm nailing it. The figure steps into the dim light of the lobby from a nearby hall. It's the mummy! And he's alive! Your heart pounds faster and faster. The diary was true, but how? How can an ancient mummy come back to life? The mummy is taller than you had expected and bulkier too. In fact, he seems to be about 6'5", and he's built more like a football player than a dead king. Okay, he could flatten me with one hand, you think? Scrape, scrape. He's coming closer. Scrape. Yeah, the mummy's hot now, apparently. Fucking hell. He's bigger than his mummy case, you realize, but how can that be? Did he grow larger when he came back to life? Better stop wondering and start worrying. You've been so fascinated by the mummy, you forgot that if you can see him, he can probably see you. You pop your head back behind the pillar. Now what? You're hiding from a huge, living mummy in the middle of the night with no one around to help you. Running away seems like an excellent idea, but as soon as you take a step past the pillar, two bandaged hands wrap around your throat. Uh-oh! Oh no! Don't! You cry out, although the mummy is nearly choking you. He can hardly breathe. The sound of your voice is muffled, tiny, not even loud enough to wake the guard. The mummy lifts you off the ground by the throat. You clutch at his bandaged hands, trying to pull them off your neck. His grip relaxes just enough to allow you to breathe, but he doesn't let go. You stare into his eyes. They seem hollow, empty, dead. Then he opens his mouth. Is he going to speak? What will the ancient king say to you? Find out on page 121. You hang from the mummy's grip, terrified. Your feet dangle several inches off the floor, but you still can't wait to hear what the mummy has to say. Welcome to the pyramid building, the mummy announces. Huh? I can't tell if it's a robot or not, so he's just getting a robot voice. That's it? That's the message from beyond the grave? Rip off. Bogus. Put me down, you yell, and you kick the mummy's knees. Ow! Your toe bangs into the mummy's bandaged leg. Only it's not soft and leathery. It feels hard, more like metal. Yes, I guessed right. Then you hear sounds down the hall. Another figure appears in the dim light of the lobby. Over here, Sylvia, the figure calls out. Found him. The person steps out of the shadows. It's a guy in jeans and a sweatshirt, carrying some kind of remote control. Definitely human. What are you doing here? The man demands. You can't answer. The man demands. That's fun to say. Man Demand is my favorite 80s band. The mummy still has you by the throat. Anyway, page 136 is the very last page. Oh, sorry. The guy presses a button on the remote and the mummy releases you. You crash to the floor. A young woman with dark, curly hair rushes into the lobby. You figure she must be Sylvia. We're smart in this thread. She races over to the mummy. Brad, is Manny okay? She asks. I think he's fine, Brad tells her. What about me? You grumble. You scramble to your feet. Your neck hurts where the mummy choked you. Your toe hurts where you kicked him. And your backside hurts where you landed. Sylvia turns to you, eyes flashing. What were you doing to Manny? She puts her arm around the mummy. I wasn't doing anything to him, you protest. He was trying to kill me. Brad and Sylvia laugh. I guess it works, Brad says. Brad and Sylvia explain that Manny the mummy is a robot. He's part of a publicity stunt for the exhibit. They were just testing him out to make sure he worked. We didn't expect anyone else to be around in the middle of the night, Brad says. Manny the mummy is totally cool. So are Brad and Sylvia. They let you play with the controls. They even ask you to be part of the promotion. You get to be the one who screams. The end. Okay, so like just to be clear, it works because it tried to kill him and he okay. So is the mummy programmed to choke people out a little bit? Hey Sylvia, what's going on? She put her arm around it. Should I be asking questions about Sylvia? That's the thing. So much to think about here, honestly. We've reached the end of our choice queue. And for the sake of my voice, I will not read the rest of the book. You can find that yourself on whatever bookstore. I have had such a fun time reading with you guys. It's exactly the end of the voice cue. Thank you so much, Amenrex. It's very funny. I've had such a fun time reading with you guys. I'm sorry my face has been so blown out with the light. It's, again, in the daytime. My camera literally doesn't know what to do. But I had a blast. Thank you so much, those of you who donated. Thank you so much to those of you who are just here hanging out. Also a very cool contribution of you. I am genuinely, like, probably going to cry from, like, how nice everyone is. Just after this, I'm going to wait till I'm off camera. But it's, like, it's been in the back of my throat, like, this whole time. I owe Goose some smooches. I owe him, like, 4 smooches, right? So let me grab him. He definitely gets them now, obviously. He's hiding somewhere, so I'm going to lure him out with a treat. Give me just a second. It'll work. He never says no to a treat. These are his treats. They're cranberry for his health. Goose! A treat for the boy! A treat for the boy! Oh, there you are! Oh my god! I thought you were in the bedroom. Hey. Here you go. He was not in the bedroom, it turns out. He's probably somewhere really visible. No, Goose loves his treat. He loves it. I'm gonna wait for him to finish eating his treat, and then I'm bringing him over for his smooches. I hope you guys can hear me, otherwise you're just staring at my, like, background. Okay, good job, Goose. Good treat eating. Good treat eating. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Oh, thanks, Peachy Quartz. You too? I don't know, I'm just guessing. All right. He gets like 4. I'm gonna guess 5. 1, 2. That doesn't count. Nope. 3, 4, 5. He's so upset. I woke him from his nap for this. Down you go, baby. You're good. Thanks for being a good sport, little guy. Oh, Amenarak, you redeemed a birthday game request. Shoot me a DM. Either... Just elbowed the wall.
Thanks for your help. Bye.
Oh, Rita Killer, thank you for the 100 bits. You are a bit of the best. Yes, DM me on here or on Discord. Thank you to everyone who was here. If you are new to the community, please come join our Discord. Everyone is so lovely in the chat, and they are all so lovely there. We will be streaming our Patreon pick stream tomorrow. I'm going to be posting the poll right after this, so if you are on Patreon at the $2 plus tier, you can vote on what game we play tomorrow. It'll be 6 p.m. Pacific time, our usual time. I think that's all I got. You guys are the best. Honestly, I genuinely can't believe how quickly we got to the goal. I genuinely can't believe we got to the goal at all, let alone in like the first fucking half hour. I am beside myself. Yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you stay hydrated and stay cool. All right. Bye, everybody.
Poor woman, she's almost out of her mind.